goddamn wrestling radio show on Spreaker, on the internet, in the whole goddamn universe, folks. I'm your host of the most Donald Wood. Looking fine, feeling fine, baby. What I shake, Mike? I'm back. What I'm shaking?
First of all, that's somehow maybe your worst intro of all time. Like, I don't know
what
what happened
we
there.
were going. I think the genuine animosity for me is like overfloweth. And, my voice just grates you just a special way now.
You were shaking your breasts.
It was actually my tummy. I'm developed quite a tummy. Because, Mike, you're not going to believe this. I'm drinking again.
Nice.
And I'm drinking Miller High Lifes like I'm
It's
dying
because I
soon.
left those pumpkins at your house WrestleMania weekend.
No, I will say this.
You fell off the wagon.
Let me it's almost like I'm just never on the wagon. Woo! Alcoholism. That's what I picked up during the pandemic, and I can't put it down. It's like a good book. Brandon Galvin?
It's like a good book.
It's better than any book I ever read.
Damn right. Oh, no.
Yeah.
You give me a 4th grade book and a Pizza Hut pizza, personal pan? Shit, dude, that's a good feeling.
That was the only time it was ever worth reading.
Damn right, dude. If they did that, if the government subsidized reading for fucking pizzas, I guarantee you this country's literacy rates would fucking skyrocket.
I think I read somewhere they're bringing it back. Book it.
No. Yeah, I'm talking about if the United States government subsidized pizzas, if you could prove that you read a book, our poverty issues would fucking stop. The motherfucker, we'd be the smartest country in the world for pizza.
I mean, unless you're going to fucking Little Caesars, pizza are expensive now.
Yeah, well, dude, that's my guilty pleasure is Little Caesars. They got sneaky good pizza, dude. Especially
it's not bad at all, especially when you consider the price. That's the important part.
The like little square ones that have like the real hard corners. They're fucking crispy and good, man.
They're better than many of the other chains.
Dude, breadsticks there are ass. But
I like Pizza Hut's breadsticks.
Pizza Hut. Mm-hmm. Dude, I get those motherfuckers when I'm at Kmart, dude.
Kmart. Yeah, well,
like, Mom, I'm going, dude. I'll tell you what. No one understand. 90s babies don't understand this. Nobody gets me running into Kmart, going over to the fucking play it. Like they'd have like a PlayStation 2 with the controllers stuck in the machine. Mm-hmm. I'm playing like Crazy Taxi or something, eating fresh ass pizza breadsticks. Like, what's up, dude? Yeah. That's marinara. You want some? No, it's all good.
I went past an old big Kmart the other day, and it was like such a fucking tease. I'm like, I wish I could go in there.
Yeah. Wish I could have the blue light special. I remember having to buy internet on discs.
Yes.
That's how you knew you're poor. You're like, yo, you got Bluetooth? I got Netgear, you piece of shit.
They'd send you like a free hour in the mail.
Yeah, dude, you know I use that shit to fucking look up Jenna Jameson stuff. You know it. My mom's like, I was trying to fucking enter my tax information. Man, and I'm like, no, baby, I got it. I had to get LimeWire and get Jenna Jameson getting railroaded.
Sure.
Pray together, we have a schedule.
Yeah, we're going to review WWE and AEW. We're going to preview Bash in Berlin, NXT No Mercy, review AEW All In. We have Dirt Sheet Busters. So Mike Kirby does all the lies and rumors going around pro wrestling, tells you why people like Melts.
I think you're going to regret not being here for this one.
I really don't even care. Shoot.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, cowboy. Might as well call me, this is Yellowstone, because I'm a cowboy and I'm shooting.
Melts had a real bad week. We'll just say
That's not true. I heard him, dude. His son was reporting he had a good week.
Oh.
We have the WWE Fantasy Standings updates, fan emails, and so much more.
Mike.
Guys, get us anywhere you get your podcast. Interact with us on Twitter at @RingRustRadio. If you want to email us to be part of the show, send to ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Also, Byron.
What the hell was that?
Was that a harmonica?
I found a harmonica. I don't know where it came from. It's just sitting on my desk.
We got Blues Traveler over here.
I'm going to do the microphone. Like Elwood Blues, fucking Blues Brothers, dude. Oh, yeah. I am like John Popper. I'm a big fat piece of shit.
Buy our merchandise, ProWrestlingTees.com/RingRustRadio. So many great t-shirt designs, including Cut Your Dick! Maybe George can
hold on real quick. They cut Dick and Ricky Stanicki, and I marked out like an idiot because it's like,
that's true.
This is the one chance. This is your, although if you were a Jewish rabbi, my friend, you would be fucking cutting your dick left and right. And I realized for the Jews, the cut your dick thing, it's shalom, right? It's all good.
Yeah, it's kosher.
Kosher. I said shalom. Is that racist?
Yeah.
Can you be racist against the
Very.
Jews? I don't even know.
Maybe if George gets off his ass and starts doing stuff for the show again, he can make a shirt of you sucking on that harmonica.
I think I say something else.
I was going to, yeah, me too. We were just talking about
Smoking that
dicks getting
harmonica.
cut, and you're just fucking over here like you're going to suck on that harmonica.
Support us at patreon.com/ringrusradio, where you can hear ad-free episodes, sign for fantasy drafts and brackets, make us watch wrestling-related movies and pay-per-views, and so much more.
Yeah.
Also, check out Ring Rust Radio on YouTube for updated clips and Triple R Gaming. Donnie, BG, and fans of the show have been playing different games like Among Us, Fall Guys, and Dead by Daylight each week, and posting early access on patreon.com/ringrustradio well before it hits YouTube. If you're interested in joining a session, email ringrustradio@yahoo.com.
Cut all that shit out from now on. Just say, if you like us, if you give a shit about us, go over to YouTube and give us some love. Otherwise, I don't even want to hear it anymore. These motherfuckers. Although I will say this, we did have a video kind of get, like, a little bit viral. It was on Reddit. So that was cool.
Wait, what was on?
It had 100+ views, guys. It was amazing.
Viral for
It was
100+.
amazing. It's our top viewed gaming video ever, and it's got like 180.
Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm. Mike, if I told you, if you were a millionaire and you're like, this is my investment, I want to know more. You're Mark Cuban and you're on that show, like, what is it, Grease Tank?
Shark Tank.
You're right. You're fucking like, you're like, all right, let me give me the details of this thing. I'd be like, all right, Mike, I put about fucking 300 to 400 fucking man hours into this. Yeah, I've yielded no money, and it looks like no money will ever come.
Mr. Wonderful would say, I'm going to take that out back and shoot it.
Yeah, seriously.
About this business.
It's old Yeller. You'd be like, I would never invest in you. May God have mercy on your soul. So not going good, and it's because of you, the listener. So, content's cold. The content's cold. It's you not spreading the word organically yourselves. And,
I think that's really going to turn things around. Insulting them.
Well, hey, being nice to them wasn't working, so might as well try something different.
When were
right?
you being nice to them?
My fucking presents! I give them a free show every week. You get 2 hours of this fucking shit every week for free.
That's true.
And I ask for nothing! I ask for nothing but literally free support. Go over to YouTube and just click a button, hit subscribe, and notification bell. You know what you do? I don't like video games. I'm not into that. Ungrateful.
249 views.
Does that make you mouth?
Oh, it's up to 249 now?
Yeah.
It's going viral, guys. Watch out on that shit.
Which video?
Mommy Longlegs is trying to kill me in Poppy Playtime Chapter 2.
One of my video games. I love that game too. It's a really good game. So let's
I
do
think
this
that
shit.
people were looking up Mommy Longlegs for a different reason.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
Dude, hey, whatever, dude.
249 people got really fucking disappointed.
They came hard and
This
that's
ain't a mommy with long legs.
What is the term? April comes in like a lion and leaves like a lamb or something. They came in hard and left like soft, man, because they were soft. Guys, we have to move on to talk WWE and AEW.
Now you're listening to wrestling news that matters from people you want to hear it from, deep from within the confines of the internet. Covering WWE like no one else and covering TNA because no one else will. You are listening to the best in the world, Ring Rust Radio!
Brad Maddox.
I got 141 and 2/3 chance of winning. Let's go, ladies.
Alright, guys, let's talk some WWE. Let's talk some AEW. But first, I'm looking at the schedule, BJ. I see Bash in Berlin. I see NXT. I see AEW. What I don't see is a section dedicated to death yet. And that
you should get your eyes
disheartens
checked.
me. Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do, guys. I'm sure you do. You missed Afa dying this
Didn't.
week. You missed
Afa?
Kevin Sullivan dying this week. You missed
No, we
Sid.
talked about Kevin Sullivan when you were gone last time
That's not true.
or something.
No,
didn't
you
we?
didn't. He died in the 2 weeks we were off. Sid Vicious died.
Did we really not talk about Kevin Sullivan?
We didn't talk about Kevin Sullivan dying. That happened like the day after we left the last week. Look it up. I'm positive.
My God, we got a lot to talk about.
And Fritz von Goring, BJ.
It's Ron Eric?
Fritz von Goring. Different guy. Fritz, I realized Fritz von was as long as you were like kind of German, a lot of people hated you in the fucking old days.
100%. Fritz von Eric was just a fucking Texan.
Mm-hmm. He was just a guy from Texas, but it is what it is. Yeah. So yeah, a lot of death. The Bloodline guy, Sid Vicious. So
the Bloodline guy. That's so disrespectful.
Guy. Yeah, I mean it's whatever. He had a hard head. What do you mean? What do you want?
You're recording yourself right now?
Yeah, big time, big time. Fuck yeah, dude. I want everyone to know. But yeah, so BJ, I'll toss to you since you're our historian. Thoughts on these four men and their legacy in wrestling?
It's so sad that people that we grew up and who it doesn't seem like there's that old, right? I don't know. For some reason, as we grow older, someone like Psycho Sid, who I vividly remember watching and like seeing my brother watch him and just being like, that is such a pro wrestler, the intensity, the aura around him. And
you hated him.
I remember. What do you mean? I remember
you always
watching.
Hated Sid Vicious. What are you talking about?
No, I didn't. I've never once said that.
What are you waxing poetic for? It was ironic that I said, I couldn't believe you took the bait. I thought you were going to say something about Fritz von Goring or something like that.
No, I'm talking about Psycho Sid.
Can I tell you here? Let me jump in and say what you really thought. Sid Vicious was always a fucking a wrestler that I didn't prefer. I remember him mostly from breaking his fucking leg.
I did watch that live.
Yeah, I watched it a million times since. Every time it's gory as fuck. Every time he was in the main event, I thought the match sucked.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't a Sid Vicious fan at all. I'm sorry that he passed, but he was not a good pro wrestler, and honestly, people say he was kind of a jerk too. So it is what it is.
I don't think Rob Van Dam said he gave him fucking money after he worked him when Rob Van Dam was a jobber.
He probably fucking potatoed him for fucking 6 minutes.
RVD said no.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
He said, thank you for making me look great. Here's $20 for gas or whatever.
It was probably like $5.
I don't know why you're coming on here acting like a fucking asshole.
No, I do my tributes
really
warts and all.
It is weird because Sid is like exactly the type of guy you would typically like.
Listen, I give my tributes warts and all, dude. I'm sorry. Hate to be that guy.
Well, I mean, Psycho said good matches with Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, they weren't, so they disagreed there.
Okay, good for you. When he came back and fucking beat up Heath Slater, that was an awesome moment on Raw. I don't know, Psycho Sid, and seeing all like everyone like celebrating his moments yesterday was touching. I mean, I don't know why you're coming on here acting like a dickhead.
All right, great.
Because it's a Tuesday.
I got nothing. How about Alpha? Mike, thoughts on Alpha?
Alpha. Well, BG and I talked.
Let's call the whole thing Alpha.
When you couldn't be bothered to show up about a month ago, BG and I talked about Sika passing away. And it's really crazy that, these two guys, they were kind of like the preeminent heel tag team in WWE in like the 70s and into the early 80s, pass away that close together. So yeah, definitely sucks. Like, Wild Samoans were awesome, man. Like, a little before my time of like what I really enjoy in wrestling, which is like mid 80s through the 90s.
I thought you were going to say a little bit before your time. I was like, bitch, you were like minus 21 when they were doing their thing.
Well, honestly, they really were just a little before my time because they were still wrestling into the mid 80s.
Yeah, but they were a team from the early to mid 70s.
Yeah, and into the early 80s. But yeah, like they were fucking the go-to heel team in the New York territory during that time. Like they worked all the top baby faces. Like they worked like fucking Bruno and Pedro Morales and shit like that. So they're a very trusted team and obviously kind of laid the groundwork for the bloodline. So definitely a huge loss. I want to talk about Sid though real quick too. After Dottie shit on him. Sid, he was never, a favorite of mine, but he is right in my wheelhouse in terms of like the era of wrestling that I loved, which is all throughout the 90s. And it's insane how much he went. I think him and Jeff Jarrett probably went back and forth between WWF and WCW more than anybody. Because he would work for a year and then want to play softball and then leave and then go to the other company, and show up. But like the thing about Sid is, yeah, he wasn't like a great worker, but he had the look. Like, he was the preeminent, like, monster heel, but he was so, like, cool and had such a presence about him that he was one of the few, like, monster heels that just would get so over with the crowd and become a babyface. Like, my main memory of him was Survivor Series 1996, and I remember watching that pay-per-view at my buddy's house on an illegal scrambler box. I was a fucking HBK guy, big time, rooting for HBK to beat Sid, and Sid hits Jose Lothario with the camera, fucks him up, which is actually really cool in retrospect, because Jose Lothario was like a fucking albatross to Shawn Michaels during that time.
Jesus Christ, Mark.
It's true. And then he beat Shawn Michaels, and like as a kid, I was like, oh man, this fucking sucks. But
Hold on a minute. That's 96 Survivor Series?
Yeah.
So you were, what, 7?
7 years old.
7 years old, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Just make sure I
But
got the numbers right, because there's no way in how that really happened.
it absolutely happened again.
So so you were an unbearable mark at 7 years old, is what you're
Started
saying.
watching wrestling in 1995, and Shawn Michaels was instantly my guy. So yes.
Got it. Yep.
But Sid got over no matter where he went and no matter what he did, and there's something to be said for that. Like, his entrance at Survivor Series 96, you go back and watch that, like, the fans are fucking so into him. He had an awesome theme song in WWE, him doing the fucking fist bump. Like, he was a cool motherfucker, and then he also has a lot of the unintentionally funniest moments in wrestling history, like the promo with
We're
Kevin
live,
Nash.
son.
You're half the man that I am, and I have half the brain that you do. And yes, we're live, son. Just so much great shit. Like, you can't talk about wrestling history without getting a little Sid in there. So yeah, definitely a legend and definitely will be missed.
Should be in the Hall of Fame.
BJ,
I agree, and it sucks that he didn't get to have that.
BJ, thoughts on Fritz von Goring?
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Good.
What about Kevin Sullivan?
Can I say, BJ? Best pivot you've ever had in your life, right there. Kevin Sullivan. Some might say they're glad that a murderer is gone. Not me. I wouldn't say that.
I saw people saying him and Chris Benoit are gonna have an amazing match in hell.
Oh my god.
This is pretty fucked up because I don't know that if Kevin Sullivan was actually a bad person or not.
I don't know if he was a bad person or not, but he definitely, like, they thought he was a Satanist, and they, like, tried to kill him.
Like, that was his gimmick in Florida.
Yeah, they tried to kill him in Florida. They, like, legit burned his van and shit like that.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So when I started watching, again, he was, like, at the tail end, pretty much. But I do remember him with fucking, like, Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom. That's the first I ever remember him, was he was the little guy in Dungeon of Doom.
Exactly. I didn't know anything about him, what he was doing in Florida in the fucking 70s, and he had, like, a little run in WWF as, like, a mid-carder and shit like that, like, in the Varsity Club. Like, I didn't know about any of that. The first I ever saw him was, like, this little fucking old-looking dude who...
Guy.
Yeah. He looked like Popeye with, like, but with, like, Hulk Hogan hair. And... him just, like, going up against Hulk Hogan with his, like, fucking... It was like the menagerie before the menagerie.
I think that's why I like him, because that's my first introduction to wrestling.
I mean, it was ass, but looking back, like, I like that kind of shit.
My life went from Dungeon of Doom to NWO in, like, a blink of an eye, and it was wonderful. We are honestly very blessed to go through the generation we did.
And it should be noted, I think the thing that, like, the biggest mark he leaves on pro wrestling is that he was the booker when WCW got hot, when the NWO angle started, when they took over, when they won 83 weeks in a row in WWE. He was the main booker. Like, it wasn't Bischoff. It was Kevin Sullivan, and he had quite a run as the booker.
He booked
he was the booker man.
with Woman, yeah. And
he did. He booked his own divorce, essentially.
Brian Pillman. Fucking yelling, calling him Booker Man as he jumps out of the ring.
Yep. So, like, you cannot, again, indelible mark on pro wrestling history. He was the guy, and fucking Vince was the guy, and they were booking against each other, essentially, during the Monday Night Wars. He's
more important in history than most people know. I know it's a joke.
I agree with that.
A lot of people say about Benoit, but Kevin Sullivan became one of those guys who, he is a footnote, but he's so much more than that to what the industry is and was. So, very sad to all 4 deaths. I'm sure there are more, but BJ forgot them. So listen,
forget them.
I mean, again, thoughts on Fritz von Goring?
R.I.P.
All right, guys, it's time for us to talk about the most important thing that happened this week, and that is AEW All In, the best show of 2024. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It has been a wild year in wrestling, but without a doubt, Tony Khan came to play at All In. Incredible show. The only thing that would have made it better, if I read this article on Bleach Report on Sunday about Shane McMahon, okay? And the article said that he wanted Shane McMahon to appear on the television and buy AEW, pseudo buy AEW by working with Warner or whoever takes over for them, right? Or whoever buys them, or HBO, whatever.
You really wrote this?
I did. I honestly did well, so you should be thanking me.
I'm not.
But the idea was that Shane now is the antithesis of Tony Khan, and he ends the whole promo. I was gonna say in the article I said he helps Bryan Danielson win the championship.
This didn't happen. Shut the fuck up.
You were gonna say Shane McMahon helped
Bryan Danielson
heel,
win?
essentially, and helped Bryan Danielson win?
Yes.
And turned Bryan Danielson heel?
Yes. And
that's a horrible idea.
But at the end of the night, he looks into the camera and he says, all AEW ever needed to be a success was a McMahon. And then just bang to black. And
I'll say this.
Come on, that's good.
A shit booker.
That's good.
Tony Khan's a shit booker, but I think he's a better booker than you.
Come on, dude. I'm pretty sure Melt's
trying
to steal that.
You think Tony Khan will let Shane go out there and say that?
I think you would have no choice.
You're a bigger moron than I've ever thought, actually.
Come on, dude. Come on, he knows what's good for wrestling. He would do that shit. All right, but that's for next pay-per-view, I guess. That's for 7 days from now or whatever. Like we wait a little time. We're just gonna do. We're gonna do.
We have fucking Bash and Berlin. We got NXT, and then we got All Out.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm.
Within like a fucking week of each other.
Hope you like wrestling. Because I don't anymore.
I kind of don't.
I don't anymore at all, man. I'm over it. But let's talk about seriously. I mean it. Changed my life. My life is better now than it was before. It really is. It's just
better
unbelievable. Pac and Blackpool Combat Club beat the Patriarchy, Bang Bang Gang, and House of Black to retain the AEW World Tag Team.
To win.
Win. Okay, sorry.
Do you know why that reportedly happened?
Because the Lucha Bros are going to WWE.
Yeah, because they decided to go to the big leagues.
Oh, well, listen. I mean, honestly, I wish the best for both of them. I've loved them since episode 1.
Same.
Not same to you. Maybe episode 3.
Oh, no, since episode 3, I fucking love them.
Yeah, but since episode 1, me and PJ loved them. So it was a little longer than you. We're just a little bit longer.
Okay.
Yeah. It is what it is.
That's fair.
It's just, is what it is. Just a little bit longer. I hope that, Penna, super injured, super all the time. And,
Isn't Phoenix more the injured one, not Penta?
Yeah. I'm sorry. Did I misspeak there? I don't know. They blend together so much. So, I mean, yeah, I got to start not liking them now. So I've got to get used to it.
Yeah.
So that's great. That was a great moment in front of the people of London to see Pac celebrate. That's wonderful. Crowd hot all night. Wonderful. Pre-show we didn't mention here because BJ didn't watch the pre-show. Jamie Hayter back. Starting a promo with a storyline with Saraya. Saraya cutting a knockout promo at fucking London. Dude, shit is
if you say
wonderful.
Fuck enough times, it's going to be a great promo. Can we have a real conversation about this?
Would you please? I can't wait to have a conversation.
About Jamie Hayter? Can we have a real conversation?
Sure.
Can you be realistic and agree that it was fucking awful that they had a return on the pre-show?
You would have bitched about this being on the main.
No,
card
I wouldn't have. Not at all.
If it was the match, what was the match that was going to be on the main card that deserved to be on the main card to get this on there?
There didn't have to be a match. It was a segment.
I think it was a great start to the show, and
you can take fucking Jericho versus Hook off of this pay-per-view and do a segment with Saraya saying, "I demand to have a fucking match," and then Jamie Hayter comes out and gets a massive pop on the pay-per-view.
Hook and Jericho should have just been like a Dynamite main event.
Yeah.
Hook
like
listen, you discount Jericho.
Ridiculous that
it's
this was not on
now.
The main show. And if this happened in WWE, if fucking Charlotte returned on the pre-show, you would shit on that.
If Charlotte returned on the pre-show to do something impactful as a way to promote the pre-show, like WWE did for years, I'd be fine with it. It'd be great.
Nothing like that ever happened on the pre-show. The biggest thing that ever happened was the Usos versus the Shield.
I was there.
That was pre-show?
I was there.
Really?
Remember the Money in the Bank pre-show.
Remember that. I was there. Maybe that's why I think the way I do. I'm 2 steps ahead of you.
Wrong? Yeah.
Hook beat Chris Jericho, FTW Championship. Unbelievable. Unbelievable stuff.
I agree. It's unbelievable that we saw this again.
I don't understand why you hate Jericho so much now. It really is wild.
I like Jericho, but his shit he's been doing has sucked.
It hasn't sucked at all, dude. I don't
Yes,
know
it
why
has.
it's everybody's turn. Did he say something that offended you? His
No.
wife did the
His-
January 6th thing, and you blown that out of
I mean,
proportion?
that happened a while ago.
'Cause
at
you're
this point.
liberal?
He sucked.
Yeah.
Wasn't Wheel C on the pre-show?
Yes, that's the other big thing.
That is the best answer.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's so much that's happened on pre-shows. Ryback did pre-shows. Come on.
Ryback did pre-shows. He sure
Ryback
did,
was a
buddy.
He
Sure did.
But yeah, Hook. I like this. Short but sweet. Didn't need to be a lot. Hook looked good.
Not as short as it should have been.
No, it's good. I thought this was fair. This is a good length for the match. And I don't think
And that
Jericho's as
AEW
bad
title
as...
is so fucking worthless. Like, what are they even doing?
They made it feel important. I think Jericho and Hook have made it feel important. I got a long program with Hook winning it. It's great. This is perfect. Taz, all of it. It's great.
Okay.
I
I
really
just want to
enjoyed
go
it.
back to the trios match.
Yeah, which I
which
thought
was very
was a
fun.
banger. It was a banger.
Great start. I don't recall ever seeing a Fatal 4-Way trios match for like in a ladder match. Do you guys recall that?
If it was in Mexico, because they're the ones who did
Yeah,
the
that
trios
was-
bunch. I was
I
thinking
think it was a really
Lucha.
cool thing that when they announced that. I was like, that's different at least.
Did
Did
we
you
see
guys
it?
think it was weird, like, how low the titles were and how they
Yes.
had to use tiny ladders?
I did think that.
I wonder if it had something to do with, like,
The building?
venue? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a
That's what I was
stadium,
thinking.
so maybe it had to hang on the camera thing.
But WrestleMania has done, like, ladder matches.
Yeah, but this
Stadium.
dude, that's America. This
Okay.
is Cockney, crooked teeth, fucking London. They got shitty stuff over there, dude.
Okay.
Everything over there is like 1,000 years old. It's awful. Freshen up. Young
Yeah,
Bucks.
also-
Okay, I'm sorry. What?
I was just saying Austin at Pac won in London.
Young Bucks beat FTR, and
Oh,
they
yeah, this
claim
didn't have to be on the show.
to retain the AEW Tag Team. Why? It was a fucking banger. Great match, and also
Banger. You can't just say everything's a fucking banger.
Sorry, dude. Then stop them from having
This was
bangers
my
because that's what I say.
This is my least favorite match tonight.
That's
probably.
so fucking stupid. You're a
Yeah,
mark ass
this
buster.
there was one really pretty bad one later.
If you say the match I think you're saying, I'm gonna fucking reach across. I'll punch in.
What?
Oh yeah, we're gonna talk about how I've been
Yeah.
right for years.
Coffin
We're gonna
match?
talk about that soon.
No, yeah, and how you've been kind of wrong too.
Sure haven't.
But yeah, if Grizzled Young Veterans show up, huge pop for them.
Oh,
I
I
love-
don't think there was a huge pop at all.
I love the Grizzled Young Veterans, and there was the crowd went mad. I'm gonna
Oh,
speak in
it's-
English terms. They
Yeah.
went bloody mad.
They've already been on AEW before too, so it's like not like it was some debut.
This is a very special moment. I don't remember that they had debuted before.
They have been on AEW
I didn't-
before.
I didn't-
Why
I
did
don't
they
remember
keep yelling "grit your teeth"?
Because that's what they say. That's
I thought that was like
that's a
their name.
London term. It's on their flag.
That's not true.
You don't know that. Christian
The Young
Cage.
Bucks, they're washed, brother.
That's not true. This match was. I don't know. Shoot for a
Next
second.
time Mary
Cowboy?
Kate asks you to do the dishes, you know what to say.
Yeah. The Bills.
They're washed. They suck.
From the bottom of my heart, I think that you're very much poo-pooing on this match. I thought the three teams worked really well together. It was just a really fun match. I mean, the title didn't change hands, so like it's inconsequential in that sense. But the match itself was really good, and in the end, with the Grizzly Young Veterans coming out, I really liked too. So,
Oh,
fuck
of course
you.
you did.
The Christian Cage won the Casino Gauntlet
This
match.
was a fun match.
Yeah, this was
Dude.
great. Ricochet, Nigel McGuinness, Zack Sabre. This fucking
I
match
think-
was cool as shit.
I loved Nigel being in it. That was
Dude,
cool.
that
was
it
fun.
makes my heart
I think
warm up.
I think it's hilarious that Christian won, like out of nowhere.
Why?
Did you
Danielson's
why-
dad
no,
is dead,
because-
dude.
I know it's
Sorry,
I can't wait for
buddy.
that promo, but
Sorry.
because you did have the surprise of Ricochet, you had the surprise of Nigel, and Nigel's been talking so much shit about Debray, and Zack Sabre Jr. They wrestled, so like that could have been a rematch. But then Christian wins, and
Weeks
I don't know, I
ago,
just
I
didn't see
did
that
call
coming
Nigel
at
wrestling
all.
on this card, but I thought they were going to do him and
Yeah.
Debray.
I did not see Christian winning at all. So that was a huge surprise, especially after he already competed early in the night. So, and Killswitch helps him win.
I don't necessarily think they're going to do like a full-on Christian Debray feud though, because they said this is basically like Money in the Bank. So Christian is not going to announce a match ahead of time. He's a dickhead heel.
No, for sure. And also,
Oh, I thought it was like announced ahead of time. I thought it was just.
No,
a
they said,
shot
I guess
on
they
the
said before, because I didn't see them say it. I think they said it on the pre-show, but they apparently said it's essentially Money in the Bank.
Oh, that's interesting if they
Anyone.
stole that idea. The Casino Gauntlet stipulation match itself
Bitch ass up.
did not really care for that because you could have a winner before everyone comes into the match, and then for a lot of the time, no one went for a pinfall.
No, the idea of the match can be cumbersome if not done well, but I thought they did it well here.
And they literally had like such weird intervals. Like the one time, like it would be so long, and then Roddy came in. It was like 10 seconds later, another person came in.
Yeah. Ricochet came in though, and that was fucking awesome, and he went nuts. And I'm glad that he's back on TV.
I'm glad they're just gonna let him do all his flippy shit now.
Yeah.
He's gonna be so
he looks
fun.
fucking. He's always looked ripped, but his fucking back, I was like, he's insane. I'm so happy.
All right,
I
was creaming.
He's the fuck up, dude. Who says shit like you should have seen his back?
Because
Jesus Christ, dude.
Listen,
You should have seen his back
Should have
shot.
seen his back. I did.
He died 2 months ago.
Nigel McGuinness really was. That was my highlight of the night. I'll say it now. I love Nigel. Nigel's always been one of those guys who really helped me like.
You got him fired from WWE.
I did.
Yeah,
I
that was
did.
funny.
It was great. He appreciated me. You could see it in his eyes that once he got over being upset at me, he was like, "This guy's truly a mark for me." That's great.
Very upset.
Zack Sabre Jr. is fucking great. He's gonna win the championship at Wrestle Kingdom.
Probably they got to put it on somebody new, right?
Yep. He won G1. He's great. But
Yep.
spoilers.
Is that a spoiler?
It's weeks ago at this point.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, that was a great. And I love. Listen, Bryan Danielson's father is dead. Christian loves dead dads. I need the promos. I need everything. I don't care if there's not a lot of build to it. I don't care if we only get 1 month of this before we get to something different. Christian Cage has never once missed when it comes to this dead dad shit, and he will never miss. And I'm ready for that again.
What you guys are saying is true about this championship. I want to see him kind of just stalking D-Bry for a
that'd
few
be
weeks.
great. Would be awesome. Him hey man, how are you? You're looking healthy today. Where's Bree? Just saying shit you know how he does. Just says horrible shit under there. It's great.
Yeah.
I want that.
I'm very excited for this.
It makes me wonder if that's how D-Bry's full-time career ends, is Christian fucking cashes in on him, and that makes him an even bigger heel. Because the way Bryan was talking, Bryan Danielson, afterwards was I'm ready to go home. It's but brother, you just won the fucking championship.
Yeah, well, I think that's this story. Here's the thing about Bryan Danielson. I don't know when he's ever working me. He's one of the last people where he lies to me, and I believe it, and then he tells me the truth, and I don't.
Because he's a bully.
He's a bully because he's good at his job, and guess what? This world needs more bullies.
We'll talk about it.
Speaking of bullies, Jack Perry, champion of my heart, the scapegoat. You don't like him, but I have fallen so deeply madly in love with this guy. He is awesome. He's better than
him and the Young Bucks, one in the fucking same.
Yeah. You know what? Can I say this? If I started a company tomorrow, I'd take him over Braun Breaker. That's bottom line shit. That's bottom line shit straight up.
Why
dude.
are you lying?
From the bottom of my heart, dude.
Ishii doesn't even like Braun Breaker that much. He knows that's fucking stupid.
And he beat Darby Allin to retain the TNT Championship. And he's gonna kill Darby. Out comes
an awful short match.
Stingman. I don't know how.
I told BG this.
Darby
BG,
might be
did I
hurt
call
again.
Sting?
Yeah, but you called it during the match, and I was getting my hype. I was because it was the co-main event.
They said, hold on a minute.
Sting has to be coming back here.
Sting was in London, and then they announced it 3 days prior that he was going to be in London.
Who announced it?
It was it was reported that he was in Sting.
Well,
was
I didn't
in London.
see any of that because I was
You're
out of town.
so full of shit. You're always online, dude. You're obsessed with it. You're a fucking. Yeah, right. Okay.
Doesn't matter.
He called it because he read it, dude. Please.
No, I did not.
Please.
We're watching.
I didn't call it until I saw they were going on second last.
Yeah, because we were watching the show, and first off, I thought it was pathetic that the top storyline in the company went on in the second spot.
Beyond
Ryan
pathetic.
May and Tony Storm. So then we're all right, well, I guess Mercedes is the co-main event. She pulled some strings backstage, as she always does. But no, it's Jack Perry and Darby Allin. So Mike is Sting must be coming out. I'm like, oh, okay, you know what? That makes sense. Now I'm excited to see Sting. Yeah. And he doesn't fucking come out during this match. I'm like, Mike.
And it's such a short match, which was weird.
I think Darby might have been.
Mel says that they had to cut this short.
I think Darby also is still.
I don't believe it.
Nursing a million broken things. He was
That was
hit. He
cool.
was
He
hit
had
by a
this-
bus and then broke 5 things and had another match. So who knows?
I love he had the fucking everything on his face, and then they had the gasoline. Like, I mean, I had a lot of fun with this match. Jack Perry does suck, but Darby makes everything fun. I mean, he's fucking doing dives onto the fucking coffin through the ropes.
Jack
he's
Perry
fucking
was great.
insane.
Fuck you. He's
Jack Perry
awesome.
fucking sucks.
He's awesome.
Yeah,
I
CM
wanted
Punk
Darby-
more over than Jack Perry at AEW shows, without question.
Well, they're chanting because Jack Perry's essentially carrying the name of CM Punk. He's fucking took all the
he's
shine
carrying-
that was going to CM Punk, and it's now all Jack Perry.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did. When they chant CM Punk, they're chanting for Jack Perry. They're not chanting for CM
about
Punk.
CM Punk.
Yeah, so
They're chanting about a guy who's not in the company.
that's like you
This is
coming in
not
and they
effective
see
in
you
the
and
way
they,
that you think it is.
it might as well, it is, it really is. Because
It's really
you take
not.
this momentum of this guy from another company and they're fucking singing it to your guy because he's the one who sent him packing.
So
He's
when
the one who
people
got
were
him
chanting
fucking
CM
fired.
Punk, CM Punk at WWE shows, that was a good thing.
That was good.
They
were
were
putting over
yeah,
Stephanie
for
McMahon.
him it was, yes. And for
Gotcha. Gotcha.
if WWE had a guy, if Shane McMahon was saying there like, yeah, I fired him, and they're like, CM Punk, like they chanted at Vince McMahon. Yeah. That's if they're using it in the storyline, it is a good thing. They've taken they've hijacked the hijack.
You're a fucking idiot.
That's not true. It's very true.
I was very surprised
It's very
that
stupid for
Darby
you guys not to
lost
see it.
this match.
No, because Jack
But they-
Perry's the better
what do you mean,
fucking
no?
all-around talent
He-
right now, and Darby's got to be fucking.
Jack
better.
Perry won.
I'm sorry. I'm not like the hugest Darby fan, but for you to say Jack Perry is a better fucking all-around talent than Darby Allin.
Right
one of the
now,
dumbest things
Darby
said.
Allin's gonna
Yeah.
be going to fucking Everest soon, dude. And he fucking.
It doesn't even matter.
That doesn't mean he's not the better wrestler.
Way
Anyways,
better, never
they
will.
had the whole storyline heading into this basically played out as if Darby was going to win, and he doesn't. Very upset.
Yeah. Well, now what are they gonna do?
And then everyone just looks like a fucking idiot going up against Sting. Three people can't even take out Sting, retired Sting, 60-something years old.
First off, don't do that. Sting's
What
a
do you mean
fucking
don't do that?
legend. He's one of the greatest of all time. He went
Yeah.
out as a winner.
I wish he was still wrestling.
He
He's
might
awesome.
be
Awesome.
back again. I don't even know.
No, I don't think he's
I don't think so
Nah.
either. But I don't know what's gonna happen.
He did his fucking face paint real weird. Too.
Also,
I think he was pretending his hair was his pain.
yeah, that's what I'm
Like,
doing
dude.
to me too.
Hey, hairline, just
You
own
look
your
good.
Brother, we
hair.
already know. We saw you wrestling for so
Don't
long.
do
Yeah, own your hairline, bud.
don't do that.
Mariah May beat Toni Storm in the match of the night.
I agree.
I love this with all my fucking heart.
I agree
and
also.
then some. The moment where it looks
They
like
sold.
when
That-
Toni
that's a big part
Storm
of it.
Yeah.
was going to stab her in the face with the bloody heel, and she just can't do it, and it ends up fucking coming back to bite her. It's
Sports
just,
entertainment.
It's wonderful. It's it's a great wrestling match that was made better by storytelling.
Yeah,
You
this
can
was a great
have
story
both.
Getting into it, they had everyone hyped to see it. I was shocked that this went on in second.
This should have been the
Jericho would
semi-main event.
Jericho
without
would have told them
question.
both to quit.
Or the opener. One or the other.
I mean, if you're not going to do it in like the co-main event, yeah, do it. I mean,
I
actually,
understand the
think
opener because that was a
opener-
chaotic match,
yeah,
but
I
like,
agree with the opener, but the second spot.
there's
was not
no
worth it.
way Mercedes and Britt should have been. I mean, they weren't even semi-main, but they were close to it. Like, that match is for a lesser title, and that match is involving like a non-existent story essentially.
And Mercedes just won, which everyone anticipated.
And you have what's unquestionably the best women's story in AEW history, and the best story they have going.
Best women's story
Probably
in
one
all
of the
of
best
wrestling
overall
this year.
stories AEW's had, and you don't put that in that spot. It's bizarre. And I feel like it's Tony just like saying, whatever you want, Mercedes, you know, you got me by the fucking balls here, and I'm just going to give you whatever you want, even if it makes no sense to do it.
Or they got it, or they wanted it on early.
No, I think there's a disservice.
Again,
to
I would have had
And
it
again, you have
open.
Mariah May from England. You have Toni Storm, who I think lived in England for a period of time.
She
She's
was in
from
progress
Australia,
forever.
obviously, but-
She's in progress.
So, like, what are you doing?
I'm fine with. I was fine with the location of it because it was early on and I still cared a lot. So I was still fresh. Like I was fresh by the
That's
end.
fair.
I was like I started running out of fumes.
I
You know
have
what
to
mean?
think
It's a
the
long
fans would
show.
have cared for this match wherever you put it.
Oh no, you're right about that.
But-
But where it was, I was hype AF.
And they fucking, first off, they've delivered in every segment that they've had, I feel like, on the road to this
Even the
pay-per-view.
even the post
And
match shit. She
I
called her a
agree, yeah.
cunt.
And
Awesome.
the match absolutely delivered. We've known Toni Storm is great, but Mariah May is very good. And
She's
they
awesome.
have
She really
two,
is.
Yeah, they have two building blocks who I think right now I think they're both better than Mercedes is putting out.
Well, Mercedes is, to me, unquestionably better in the ring, but her segments have certainly not been anything
Better
close
in the
to
ring
what
than who?
Tony and
I don't
She's
think
better than Tony and Mariah.
I don't think she's better than Tony Storm. She
She
may be better
absolutely
than
is.
Mariah May, but I think Tony Storm's a better wrestler than Mercedes May.
She's not.
I mean, you could say it like it's fact, but it's your opinion
I am
and it's
saying.
wrong. But yeah, that's my match.
So yeah,
That was fantastic.
I agree with you, match of the night, and
Mhm.
I think that's the difference when you have this. The following, you're following everything that they've done for months, and that's the build-up. That's what we've been wanting from AEW for a long time, and this is what happens like when you put it all together, and hopefully they can replicate that in many more storylines moving forward.
Not only was it great storytelling, it was taking that Tony Storm lightning in a bottle and making it more than that.
Yeah.
You
And
took it this thing that
You
was
elevated somebody else.
Yeah, well,
Finally.
yeah, and also
Absolutely.
you've elevated the championship, you've elevated secondary stars, you've elevated fucking a woman who was on the ascent, and also Tony Storm coming out of this is a huge babyface. She came into this whole
and
storyline as a bad guy, and she's coming out of it as like one of the most beloved faces in the company.
And I think everyone kind of anticipated initially that it would be Tony turning on Mariah, or even if it was Mariah turning on Tony.
No, we already said Mariah was going to turn. That was the story.
But even then, you knew someone was going to turn. You kind of predicted when, and even when that happened, everyone was kind of surprised. They did it in such a great way. They just nailed this storyline. And so, I mean, for 5 years, this is what people want from AEW.
The reality of the AEW Women's Division is, historically, it's been Tony focusing on literally only one woman at a time. And it was Britt Baker for a long time, and it was Tony for a long time, and it was just running through opponents. And it was Jade, too, when she was a TBS champion.
Yep.
But it was just running through opponents. It was not actually building anything. You're not building other stars. Finally, they used Tony, who's super over, and they made another star with Mariah. And that's what they need to be doing all the time, or trying to do at least.
Mm-hmm. Well, in every
Great job.
division, all companies. It's just, that's the basis of storytelling and wrestling. It's very important. Again, I'm here for the matches too. I need banger-ass matches. I would prefer if it has a long-term storyline. I know that it can't always be like that, but let's get a good mix of that. Because the more I care about a story, the more I care about someone eventually losing in that story, which is the basis of it. Mercedes Moné beat Britt Baker. I assume this is where Mike's going to say some lies, right? Say it. You're wrong. You're wrong about Britt Baker, and you always have been.
I mean, can I be honest with you?
Mm-hmm. Mercedes Moné.
I have never seen the internet wrestling community more united on one thing than their agreement that Britt Baker is ass.
I disagree. I don't know.
Okay.
This match
Well,
was not great at all. This match was probably the worst match of the night to me.
I said this going in. I said Mercedes is really gonna have to fucking carry.
Hold on a minute. Mercedes Moné has not lived up to the hype. She was never that good in the ring in WWE. She was the fourth best horsewoman. She was the fourth best horsewoman.
From an in-ring perspective.
Wait, who's better from an in-ring perspective?
Huh?
Who of the four horsewomen? Who's better than her?
Who's better than her in-ring?
Who's not better than her? I'm sorry.
None of them are better than her from in-ring.
Becky Lynch is better.
I think Charlotte, you could at least have an argument.
Fucking please, dude. You are so up Charlotte's ass. You really are that gif of that kid losing his shit.
First of all,
I do love Charlotte.
Those are for the best women ever.
Right.
And just wrestlers in general ever. So just saying that she's even if she's number 4, like, it doesn't really matter. That's a fucking compliment.
She would still be one of the best of all time.
That's fine.
And by the way, you were all saying how fucking great she was recently, but now she has a stinker against the worst fucking women's wrestler in the worst in the world, and now she's
women's wrestler in the world? Dude, let me tell you something.
An argument could be made.
There's a
that
few
of
women.
Any woman in a major wrestling company, she's the worst worker.
She would work circles around Jade Cargill. Are we serious right now? Are we serious right now?
I would way rather watch a Jade Cargill match, without question.
Then you haven't
and that
watched
goes
a
back
Jade
to when
Cargill
Jade was in
match, then.
AEW. I would have rather watched a Jade Cargill.
That's very stupid.
Without
This is all. Listen, not a great match, but to go this far and it's like you're validating your own point or something. It's kind of pathetic. Do you hate women?
Everybody's validating it. You're one of the few that's trying to defend her.
I don't. Who are you?
She's never been good. She was.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening right now.
She was the quote unquote best that they had for a while, but she really wasn't. Just because she cut a good promo one time and then cut the same one 100 more times, I was like, oh, she's so great.
Dude,
you
sound so jaded. You're not coming at this with facts. It's all bias.
Her best match was Thunder Rosa because they bled and everybody had to overrate
that. Was a good fucking match too. Are you saying this because she's a woman or because she worked for AEW?
And I knew this was a bad idea, and I was right about that. She's not good.
You're so
Mercedes
fucking
did what
pathetic.
she could. You could see fucking moments of this match where she's like trying to fucking drag her to the spot she's supposed to be in because she's so fucking slow and out of sync and couldn't do anything about it. She tried.
Yikes, dude. Yo, I think your fucking hate of women is showing right now. Jesus.
Hate
Christ.
of women?
Oh, also, I'm sorry.
Mariah May's awesome. Tony Storm's awesome. Britt Baker's terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't agree. Listen, this was not a great match. I would have 3.5 stars, but it was
3.5.
Yeah, 3.5.
3.5 is a great score. What are you talking about?
No, it's not for me. I go up to 12 on my scale, so I don't even know.
Okay, Dave.
He
recently said that. He's like, the scale goes to infinity. So
good.
So people are like, so like a 4 star is not that good. He's like, what are you talking about?
It means every match fucking sucks.
You go up to like an 8. He's like, it's to infinity.
It's and beyond.
Then a fucking 4.
Sorry, it's muscle memory. No, I don't think this match is nearly as bad as you act like it was. I think Britt Baker is far superior to what you're acting like she is.
No, she's not.
And I think that I think you don't like her because of 2 reasons. One, she's an AEW original. She chose AEW over WWE. That angers you. 2, she stole Adam Cole. She stole Adam Cole from you and from WWE. And I think that is. I don't want her. I don't.
I said this from day one.
You sound like someone who got dumped.
Just like I said, Roman Reigns was the man from day one.
Yeah. You were dumb as fuck.
And right about that too.
Yeah, I got it. So, hate girls, hate WWE.
Just like I said,
Adam Cole
Rhea and Bianca were going to be top stars from day one. Been right about that too.
Yo, way to go out on a limb, dickhead. Oh,
you didn't have any fucking clue who they were.
Dude. You didn't have any clue who they were until they showed up in
I watched
WWE.
One time and I knew.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, Hulk Hogan. I like this Kevin Steen guy.
Listen. Not a great match, but not as bad as you guys are saying.
I mean, I literally gave it 3.5 stars. So I'm more with
that
you.
Was dumb.
I'm more with you than I am with him.
That's insane.
You're both on 2 sides of the extreme then.
Will Ospreay beat MJF to win the AEW Intercontinental Championship. I thought the match was a banger.
Intercontinental Championship. Awesome.
And I thought the match was a banger. And I thought that Daniel Garcia returning was awesome.
That was one of the worst parts of the night, but
I'll tell you what, I popped huge when he fucking showed up. Because I'm like, alright, he ain't coming to WWE, we're good.
See, look at that attitude right there. We're good. You're like the guy who says the Bills, we won the Super Bowl. You didn't win shit.
Attitude.
Your fat ass sat at home, didn't do shit.
Brother, I never say the Bills won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and you never will. And you
I
never
hope I
will.
One day.
You won't, dude. Not with Josh Allen.
He's great. What are you fucking talking about? I like Josh Allen. The least of our issues.
Moment of the whole night for me was Will Ospreay hitting that fucking cameraman.
That was hilarious. He destroyed him.
So
and we got to see his fucking weird boxers.
Yeah. Great on these.
Did you like him?
But it came out of nowhere and was fucking hilarious. That was my moment of the night.
Fun match. I really enjoyed this match. I think MJF and Will actually have really good chemistry. 2 different styles. But I think they really blend nicely. That's all. I'm sorry.
I thought they did a good job of following up a match I didn't think they'd be able to follow up in such a way. I'll say that.
I still prefer the first, but this was really good.
But I think that this is a lot closer to that match than I thought that they would put on.
That's fair.
Here.
That's fair.
Because they went
Mike,
for an
can
hour.
you find a reason to hate it, please?
I certainly didn't hate it. I thought it was a really good match. MJF's heel tactics, I'm always going to be a fan of. The reason I can't put it as the match of the night, though, the match of the night for me is Mariah and Tony. Great storytelling, and they sold moves. It's just it's Ospreay. Every match he's got to do something fucking ridiculous, and he did it again in this match. He got dropped on his head 5 times on the apron, got hit in the head with a title, immediate brain buster afterwards, and he fucking kicking out with like authority and on his feet in a second. It's like
spirit.
No.
You wouldn't know anything about it, dude. You wouldn't know anything about it,
So
so you don't know. But yeah, another great match.
I'll tell you what, it wasn't the worst instance of no selling on this card though.
Who was that? Who'd that go to?
Swerve.
yeah, I don't care for that.
Oh, Bryan Danielson versus Swerve Strickland for the World Championship. Absolute. Listen, banger. I said it a bunch, but I'll say it in English terms now. Banger. Bangers and mash. Thing was awesome. Bryan Danielson beat Swerve.
You heard that one time a long time ago and decided to just fucking throw it in.
Fingers in there.
I don't know why shit sticks in the brain. I don't know where it sits. I don't know where it's been in there for years. I don't know why. I don't know what to do with it. I can't get rid of it. Bryan Danielson. I thought this match was great. I thought this match was from front to back. Bryan Danielson is the greatest in-ring wrestler I've ever seen in my life. And I've seen a million, and there's a bunch of guys, but this dude's been doing it so long and so much, and every single time he has a match, it's absolutely fucking awesome. Like, it's like, he's like our, like, modern day Bret Hart. He's like Kurt Angle. There's like 5 or 6, Ric Flair. There's guys Macho Man, who don't have the bad match. He doesn't just not have bad matches. He has like match of the night every time he steps in the fucking ring. And it's not just
never gave a lot of those guys a 5-star match.
And listen, it's not just, it's not, listen, the thing with Bryan Danielson, it's not just like high flying, it's not just certain moves, it's storytelling. He knows how to work the fucking crowd. He knows how to get you, the person watching, invested in every fucking move. And kudos to Swerve, who is so fucking good, man. This was awesome. I love this.
So, I want to give AEW a lot of credit for making this feel super important. Obviously, his career is on the line, title's on the line, so something has to give. Everyone's hyped for it. I think it was Meltzer album. I think it was from there, but could be wrong. But I think that they wanted, or Tony wanted this to be Sting retiring at All In, and Sting was like, no, I'm not doing that. And so they backed kind of into an awesome storyline with Danielson and this whole contract situation. So to me, heading in, there was some doubt of if he would lose and Swerve would go over here. Awesome that Swerve is in the main event. We love Swerve since Lucha. He's incredible. But from the start of this, Danielson's intro, they had the final countdown, crowds going nuts, he's running down, and I love that they had Bree and the children at ringside. Amazing element for Swerve to be able to look their way so many times in the match, then for Bryan to do it. So that really added to the match. And again, my preferred style is the in-ring action matched with storytelling. And like you said, Donnie, Danielson just in general is awesome with that. He can make a story in a match, but all of that surrounding it, this was, to me, by far second best match of the night. I'm giving it to Mariah May and Toni Storm, but Danielson and Swerve, to me, they did what we anticipated they would do, and they built upon that. I agree with Mike, though. The no selling the Swerve, and this happens in every match this year, every big match that he's had. It happened in the Ospreay match, too, and I just personally don't care for that because it devalues things around the match and those big moves, and so I didn't care for that spot where he just brushes off the fucking knee of his chest. Mm-hmm. That was my only complaint about the match. I just didn't care for that one spot.
I agree. That's the thing that keeps me from not having it number one. That's why I have Mariah May and Toni Storm, because that's terrible. Like that's been his finishing move for so long, the running knee, and it's put down so many people. Like for him to just like it hits him, and he brushes it off. Like
he didn't fucking land it flush. That's what happened, dude. That's the story.
They didn't even try to tell that story though. So
I mean, that's the story they're telling.
That was terrible. But other than that, I really agree with BG. Like the pomp and circumstance surrounding this match was great. It really did feel like a huge deal. They did a great job telling the story. Like this could be the final match of Bryan Danielson's career. And the placement of Bree and his kids, and like him at one point, like, he's getting his ass beat, but he's firing up because like that's the actual kind of fighting spirit I can buy into. Like he sees his fucking family and he's like inspired to fight back and telling them that he loves them. Like that's actual great storytelling. To me, it had a lot of the elements of the Sting retirement match. Like that's something that they've done really well. AEW is like making these big matches feel hugely important. Like, that Sting match is one of my favorite matches that they've ever done because, like, it felt like a big deal. Like, this is a huge historic moment, and they played into that, and they did that with
AEW's
Bryan
great.
Danielson's match also.
You're
So
right.
I thought, again, it was a great match. My one thing that I did not like is the same as BG. I hated that no sell, but other than that, this is an awesome match, and I think it was the right decision to have him win. Like, I don't know where they go from here. I don't know how much longer he's going to wrestle on a full-time basis. If he wrestles one more match and that's it, I would still say this is the right decision because, like, he's been so important to the history of the company. He's one of the biggest stars they've ever had. And I'm glad that whoever it was, whether it was Tony or whatever, said, like, shut the fuck up about not wanting the championship. You're going to win the championship this one time because you deserve it. Because you should be champion at least one time because you're so important to this company.
It's great for the championship,
and pro wrestling
too.
in general.
Yeah,
So,
I was going to say the same thing.
Yeah.
and if Swerve won this match, I feel like it would have taken the air out of the whole thing, and it wouldn't.
Big time. Everybody
just like
it's not great
just
for
like
him to do that.
with Daniel Bryan leading up to WrestleMania 30, and he has all these great moments, and he beats Triple H. If he doesn't win the fucking championship at the end of the night, then nobody talks about it like they do now.
100%.
So
100%.
they had to have him win, and they were right to do it.
Agreed.
10 years apart, this dude has had two of, like, the best championship winning moments.
Yeah.
And he deserves it because he's one of the best ever. Arguably the best ever.
From my perspective,
He's in the conversation.
He sure is. I think he might be the greatest I've ever seen.
I think when he retired after the concussion stuff, that Vince like made him retire. Right, we did like a special segment on the show. I don't know if it was like an emergency thing, but it was a retrospective, and I think we kind of came to the consensus that he probably is like the best, if not number 2, number 3.
I mean, to me, the conversation's him, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Kurt Angle, Eddie Guerrero,
Ric Flair,
Flair, sure.
Macho Man.
Honestly, I put
Ricky
Brock in there.
Steamboat too.
I mean, he's right in there with all those guys. Which, I mean, you're splitting hairs picking one or the other,
way
but
better.
just to be in the conversation,
He's way better than Shawn Michaels, so that's not even a conversation.
I don't
there.
that,
That's
but
pretty
both are amazing.
I put D-Bry above Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, of course.
Well,
Shawn
you guys
Michaels.
hate Shawn.
Well, no, we don't hate Shawn Michaels.
No,
We
I
just
don't
think
hate
he's a
Shawn
piece of
Michaels.
shit. As a person,
I think-
he's a piece of shit.
Listen, I remember watching Danielson fucking Ring of Honor like fucking 22 years ago.
Oh my
and just
god.
being
Oh,
pulled
Triple
out.
H. Triple H is in the conversation also.
Dude.
Triple
I
H
don't care
has
what people say.
conversation.
All right,
Yeah.
BJ, favorite match, moment, overall grade.
Favorite match is Mariah May and Toni Storm. Favorite moment is Will Ospreay destroying that cameraman. Second would be Danielson winning, of course. Overall grade, I'm going to give this an 8.5 out of 10. I've been keeping up with some like Rusty Award things, and I had Revolution in my top 5 all along for show of the year because pretty much strictly the Sting match, which I thought was incredible and damn near perfection. I love that match. I think it's one of the best matches in AEW history. I am putting this pay-per-view, but I think it's a better overall card, and you still have the D-Bry moment, which was huge. So as much as I like that Sting match, this overall show had, Ricochet coming in, Zack Sabre Jr. surprise, Christian winning, the ladder match was awesome. 2 huge moments of Mariah May and Danielson. Ospreay and MJF was great, so 8.5.
BJ, thank you so much. Mike?
Yeah, I'm pretty much right in line. My favorite match was Mariah May, Toni Storm. Favorite moment was Bryan Danielson win the championship and the celebration that happened after it. Also, we didn't mention it, but like him threatening to give his son a Tiger driver after the match. It's pretty fucking hilarious.
And Brie was like, no, stop.
He's going to be an incredible dad. I will tell you that right now.
I hope he is right now.
Jordan to me. Jordan's like 7 years old.
Yeah, you're very right. I hope
One day he's gonna figure this shit out.
That's what I'm hoping.
I agree. Funny enough, 8.5 is the grade I gave this.
So
I
it's
think
like
this
a 16.5 in real people's scores.
No, I think this is AEW's best show of the year, for sure. Few matches that disappointed, but overall it was a very strong card, and the big matches delivered, which is the most important thing. Certainly not pay-per-view of the year, obviously, but AEW's pay-per-view of the year.
Very, very stupid match.
Before you go, Donnie,
Yeah.
I just want to say, because a lot of the complaints over the years about AEW shows is that they run too long, and when it's in the afternoon, it's much better.
100%.
It's at
Like
night.
it was like a 4-hour show, but it didn't
Yeah.
feel as bad.
It did not feel like a 4-hour show. They kept the pace going great,
It's because
but
you're sleepy by 9:30.
It is true. I'm getting older.
Yeah, we're getting older. Match, of course, Mariah May and Toni Storm. Moment, I will give to Nigel McGuinness because I'm a huge Nigel McGuinness
That
mark.
was awesome.
And overall grade, I'm going to give it a 17.
Nice.
17 out of 10.
Out of 10.
Out of
okay.
10, yeah. Just because I figured, that's what I figured Mike's grade would be if you graded on a WWE scale. Like if he's just talking about WWE.
I graded on a real scale.
Yeah, sure. If you gave an 8.5
I don't have
to
a melt scale.
If you gave an
Okay.
8.5 to AEW, that means it's at least 3 numbers better than that.
It means it's an 8.5.
Genuine. Yeah, no. That means
Again,
it's at least
I don't have a melt
11.5.
scale
And
here.
if you did WWE, which like inflates the shitty pay-per-views to be better, you're at about a 17.
They don't have shitty pay-per-views.
Here's the
You know
thing.
that's not true. You know
For
that's
the
not true.
most part,
It has been true for quite a couple of years
Sure,
now.
very stupid. Shut your mouth.
for the most part, AEW, what they consistently do get right is the pay-per-views. Is all this going out there and having matches.
Yeah. And that's where
Problem
that's what
is,
wrestling is, guys. Wrestling
The
is really
shit in
important.
between is they oftentimes fail.
No, the problem is you come into it looking for shit to hate, and you'll never like
I
something
don't.
if you want to hate it.
So I should ignore stuff I legitimately don't like.
No, you should fucking
And
see
pretend
if
like
it,
I like
or you should give it time to see if it gets better, or give it time to fucking see if it improves, or give it time.
You want to talk about the Young Bucks and Jack Perry again?
Yeah. I again, with Shane
I
McMahon
were
coming
wrong.
in, when Shane McMahon comes in and he joins the Elite, you're not going to be laughing anymore. You're not going to be singing this
I will
song.
be laughing. I'll be laughing at the desperation if that happens.
It's not true. You need a McMahon to run AEW. Come on, dude. Let me hear it, dude. Tell me that wouldn't be a great story. You're such an idiot.
Your story fucking sucked, but I think someone can create a good story with Shane McMahon and AEW.
Yes.
You're not the person to do it.
You're not that guy.
Yeah, I'm not that guy. All right, well, let's go on to talk about WWE, I guess. If we have to. Do we have to? I'm being told we have
Yes.
to. Bash in Berlin is in Germany, so I wonder if Gunther is going to win. So we're gonna do a little.
Well, he's not
preview.
German, but yes, I think he's gonna
Every-
win.
Yeah,
Just
sure,
won the
it's
championship,
Austrian,
like
Hungarian. They're all part of that Germanic tribe. That is true too. That's all those terms are real, and you can look that up. I'm pretty smart. Nothing like white guys and their history of Germanic tribes. Am I right? Let me hear it, dude. So like everybody gets their D-Lo brown heads out. Loosen up your neck. Pop, pop, pop. And top. Ooh, that's not on the video. That sucks. Because everybody would see my tits shaking, dude. This is how I accidentally launched an OnlyFans.
So you're only dons.
Who you got? How's it shake out? Gunther, Randy Orton. Start with you, Mike.
Very much looking forward to this match. By far my most anticipated match on this card. The first time they wrestled was very good, but I think this one's going to be even better. And I think that I thought that the build to this, like with Orton and Gunther on the mic, has been very good. Like I've been saying for a long time, and I think BG agrees with me. I don't know about Donnie, but Gunther is hugely underrated on the mic.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the best in-ring workers in the world, and he doesn't have a bad match, but people sleep on his mic
It's
work.
because he's understated, Mike. It's because he's not
he's not
screaming at you
over
and
the
shit
top.
like that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
He's really subtle with his shit, and he talk. You know what he talks like? He talks like a old Western kind of cowboy. I know he's German shit, but walk with me here, where they didn't say a lot. How you doing, part? Like he's got this very much like a machine-esque style to him.
He's also almost like a thinking man's kind of like heel too. Like he's very thoughtful with what he's saying. It's not, it's very effective for what his character is. And so he's been awesome. And Orton, his promo on Monday was fucking great. Like it's amazing how far he's come in terms of his mic work over the years. But yeah.
What's my line?
Exactly. Amazing
we
that
covered
was
that.
him.
Yeah, I can't believe it's the same guy.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for this match. Gunther obviously wins. He just won the title, but I think this is exactly the type of match you want for him to really kick off the title reign.
BJ?
Yeah, I think it's a good choice. Randy, Randy being a legend and being so good over the past 8 years, ever since that SummerSlam feud with Brock Lesnar, he's been just incredible. Gunther, one of the best in the world, and they've made me excited for this on a short timeline to do so. The match is going to be awesome. I feel like maybe you get some type of shenanigans just to kind of save face a little bit for Orton, especially because he lost pretty decisively. I mean, his shoulder was kind of up, but like that wasn't really the plan. So I think maybe you do something with Kaiser, maybe someone else gets involved. I don't know.
Did you hear?
He's on the subway.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, it does sound like you're on the subway, like on the outside of the train.
Yeah, I think maybe you do get some shenanigans to help Gunther, and you save face Randy Orton.
No, Gunther simply wins. It's not a big deal. And Randy Orton is to Gunther what Christian is to new world champions in AEW. Great first step. Swerve had him first. Daniel Bryan gets him first. Christian, he makes everybody look good. That's what he's going to do here. Randy Orton's going to make Gunther look good. They're going to look good together. They're going to have a great time. Going to celebrate in Germany around friends and family, I guess. I don't know. The wife he left for Ginny. And then it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a really fun match.
I'll see.
I think.
Go ahead.
I think what's important for this match too is the crowd is going to be behind Gunther, but I don't think the crowd is going to boo Randy Orton because of his legendary status. So I think that was a great.
He's so over everywhere, like especially in places where they're like not going often.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like Germany.
Everyone loves Randy Orton, dude. He's fuckable.
One thing I'll say real quick about this is that Randy was talking in his promo a lot about how important it is to be world champion again. And if he loses this match, he goes back to SmackDown. So I could see this being kind of like the catalyst for a heel turn to go after Cody and 100%. WWE Championship once he loses, which would be awesome.
100%. I think that's what they've set up here, which is good. Long-term storytelling. I like that. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens. This is somehow more predictable than the most predictable match on the card. Couldn't believe it happened, but it's definitely going to happen. Kevin Owens is going to lose to Cody Rhodes. I'm not even going to throw this. This feels like when we have the bracket, we know it's going to be a fucking easy win. Anyone disagree here?
Yeah.
Anyone think something's anything going to happen extra?
I do think you get a heel turn though.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of my thought too because it's obvious Cody's going to win here. Kevin Owens is like feeling slighted that Cody basically gifted him a title shot that he didn't think he deserved. Everybody's kind of like Grayson Waller shitting on him, telling him he doesn't deserve it. Like all this stuff kind of building up where it seems like he's gonna snap. It's interesting because like they're also like brought all this up like, hey, anybody he's ever buddied up to, he's turned on, and they had like a fucking video montage for it basically, showing it. It's like, will he go back to that or will he, prove that he's changed? Like, I could see it going either way. I could see him turning, but I could also see him not doing it. Maybe do it at a later date. But I do think you kind of need a big angle, and that would obviously be it if he were to turn on Cody and go heel.
This feels like that Australia show in terms of it being chalk. They're going to throw this women's championship match in here for a title change, a token title change. But this feels like a glorified fucking house show.
I was going to say also that maybe you don't get it because, as Donnie said, like these international shows, they're just house shows.
Mm-hmm. It's a house show.
And so, yeah, maybe Kevin Owens maybe slightly teases it. Maybe you get on like a SmackDown to do something big there. But I feel like he has to turn heel at some point in this and continue this storyline because, like, he just basically gets gifted a shot that he didn't want, and then you just lose, and that's it. That's all you do. Like, I feel like it makes him look like such a bitch.
Okay, yeah, agreed. Mike is such a bitch. Again, I mentioned the token title change. That's Alba Fire and Isla Dawn losing to Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill. Do you agree?
I'm torn. I think you get shenanigans here.
I mean, you had shenanigans in the matches leading up to it and stuff like that.
I know,
too,
that's why I like.
I don't think you have shenanigans here. I think this is a decisive win.
I don't think it's decisive necessarily, but I do think I think Bianca and Jade win because, like, I thought going into when Alba and Isla beat them, I was like, I don't think Bianca and Jade are going to lose. I think they're going to have them hold the titles for a long time, and that leads to them splitting up.
But it was in where? It was in fucking Carlisle or wherever the hell
it was in Scotland, and I was like, okay, it was a cool moment, and I understand why they did it, but they never have followed up with anything. So why would they start now following up with something? So I feel like they're just going to put the titles back on Bianca and Jade. As you mentioned, there's no other title change happening on this show. So I think they do it partially because of that. I think they do it partially because, like, Bianca and Jade are two huge stars, so they want to push, and keep putting the titles on them gives them a reason to do that. And you have Blair Davenport, kind of screwed over Bianca and Jade previously, but now you have Naomi helping them out. So I think she kind of plays equalizer, and that's why Bianca and Jade end up winning. It kind of sucks that they never did anything with Elba and Isla's, title run at all, obviously. But if it was me booking it, I never would have had Bianca and Jade lose in the first place. So I think it would have made sense to have them have like a fucking 300-day title run, and then they end up losing, and that's how they break up and you build to a WrestleMania match. I think now they maybe get back on that path by having them win the titles back.
I'm actually down with them losing a time, maybe even another time, and then winning them back, because it's like Jade can just eventually get tired of fucking bullshit and fucking freak the fuck out and beat her
Blame
ass.
Bianca.
Yeah,
Mm.
like I feel, because like I said, I think this is, again, Alba Fire and Isla Dawn have got more television time leading up to this match than they've had in like 2 years being on the main roster. So at least it's something. So my thought is, at least they're like, okay, look, we're trying to put somebody else in this position, but I just don't see any way Bianca Belair and Cargill lose this. I mean, even with shenanigans, Bianca Belair is a fucking top star.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't.
That's the thing. Do you want them losing again? Like, they should almost never be losing.
And otherwise,
so
this is a complete chalk pay-per-view with a house show feel to it if you're not having this, even with the title change. But it is what it is. CM Punk, Drew McIntyre strap match. BJ, who you got? How's it shake out?
I'm going to say CM Punk. That way he kind of evens this. And he does still not get that fucking bracelet back. Or maybe he does and Drew just fucking destroys him afterwards. Because obviously we're going to Hell in a Cell.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, I don't think it fucking matters who wins or loses. Because we're going to Hell in a Cell anyway.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you're right. I think Drew can win and you could still go to that. But I think it makes a little more sense for Punk to win. They're even up, and then you go to it.
You said they're even up in terms of like winning and losing matches,
right?
But Punk has fucked Drew McIntyre so hard, so much more than the other way around. Drew stole a bracelet. Fucking CM Punk has cost him multiple championships.
The thing I'll say is, like, if Punk loses again, it's like, what recourse does he have to have another match with Drew? Because Drew, after he beat him the first time, was already like, I'm done with you.
That's what I thought was happening, too.
Yeah. So, I think Punk wins. One thing I'll say is, like, the strap matches that we've seen in WWE in, like, more recent times have typically not been great.
This is a different era, though.
I have faith in...
Triple H's
no. Not
agree.
even Triple H. I have faith in these two guys. I don't think we're going to see red and green lights and shit like that.
Yeah,
I feel like this is going to be...
That.
It's going to be more like a dog collar match.
You remember when The Rock and Triple H had the fucking strap match?
A great one.
Like, fully loaded? Yeah, that was awesome.
Typically when I see, like, WWE in recent years doing strap matches, like, But I was actually excited when they announced it for this because these guys are going to do it the right way. They get it. They are pro wrestling through and through, these two guys. I'm sure they understand the history of the match and what it's supposed to be. And I think that's going to be a fucking brutal slugfest. There could be blood in this match, probably.
Definitely from their backs.
This is the match I'm most looking forward to. CM Punk had that match with MJF, which was incredible.
Right, dog collar match. You can do the same type of stuff with this type of match.
Yeah,
so
that's how
I think it's going to be an awesome match. I'm very much looking forward to it.
Because a strap match and a dog collar match, the idea is that the idea is the same,
tethered.
Right? You're tethered together. My first thought always in those moments is Roddy Piper. And his match.
Right.
Like, I always think of that.
Valentine.
Yeah, so I always think about that moment. So these two guys, that's why I think Drew should win this match. I know that it won't be even in terms of matches, but you're right, it is going to Hell in a Cell. I think CM Punk wins at Hell in a Cell, but I think here where it's just man versus man with straps like beating the shit out of each other, Drew's the bigger man. He's the badder motherfucker. I think it's important for him to look like a bad motherfucker, and somehow CM Punk goats him into fucking having the fucking Hell in a Cell match. I don't see Drew's a hothead. I can see him easily forcing him to do it, and then fucking CM Punk wins there, and then you kind of just move away from this then, or get Rollins more involved. I don't know. All right.
I don't think you get Rollins involved because he has to come back and go against Bronson Reed.
Right.
So.
I think they're purposely delaying Rollins getting back into this so that they can do something for WrestleMania probably.
Probably Punk and Rollins again.
I would love for them to keep Rollins off TV until the Royal Rumble. And then he could screw over CM Punk or Drew McIntyre in the Rumble.
He'll be back
I have no
next
idea
week
how
now.
long it's going to be, but I think when he does come back, it's to go against Bronson Reed.
Yeah.
Rhea Ripley and Damian Priest against Liv Morgan and Dom Mysterio. Mike?
I think this will be a pretty fun match because Liv and Dominic are going to be like the chicken shit heels. And Rhea and Damian Priest are like the dominant baby faces
Like
that
Twin
everybody
Towers,
expects
like Sid
to win.
Vicious.
Yeah, the
Tyler
skyscrapers.
Twins.
The skyscrapers. Twin
Tyler
Towers
Twins.
were Akeem and Big Boss Man, brother.
They were also a pair of buildings at New York that got taken down.
Sure were.
Inside job, some say.
Wouldn't
Why
be
are you
saying
doing
things
that?
like that. But anyways, this is gonna be an interesting match. I could see it going either way, but the way I'm looking at it is, I think you're trying to get back to Rhea versus Liv for a rematch for the title at some point, and if Rhea and Priest lose, then it's kind of tough to get there. I mean, I guess you could over time, but I'll say Rhea and Priest win. But again, it wouldn't shock me if just Judgment Day gets involved and ends up screwing them too.
Beach?
Let's see. We got Gunther
Counting-
winning. He's
Counting faces and heels.
Gunther's
Here we go.
basically a face here. Cody Rhodes face. We think Bianca and Jade win. Those are faces. CM Punk will be a face. I'm gonna go with the heels.
It's sound
Ton of
logic. I
shenanigans.
sometimes want to yell about it, but it's always sound logic.
We need some type of heel victory here.
So that's the shake it up to be a 5. They'll probably add one more match. You agree or no?
I hope they don't.
They
It's
could
a house
maybe
show,
add
man. It's a
one more,
fucking house
but-
show. I'm not excited for this. I
They're
don't get
doing-
excited
so
for these international shows.
They have SmackDown is also in Berlin, and they're kind of loading that show up a little bit because
Yeah.
they're having like Nia defend, LA Knights doing like open challenge basically.
Yep. Maybe
What
Alex.
are we
Wright.
thinking for that? I was kind of thinking Dragunov because he lived in Germany for
Oh
quite a
yeah,
time.
nothing says Germany like Russia.
Well, he was born in Russia
Yeah.
but raised in Germany.
That'll fly in Berlin.
It's got to be Alex Wright.
That would be incredible.
Yeah, I was thinking which German guy was in NXT
Yeah.
UK.
Dude, if Das Wunderkind makes like an appearance on that show, I'll pop for it like crazy.
Yo, you and me both, bud. You and me both. I was a WCW
I do
Hell
appreciate.
guy. I love that
I
shit.
do. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. That's it? Good.
I do appreciate
oh
that.
my God,
that Triple
dude.
H. All right, whatever.
I don't care anymore. You fucking you listen. Say Wombat.
On that.
Okay,
You're the one that
then
has
you
the
suck.
issue. It's
Then
your
you
audio,
suck.
Don, that keeps going out.
No.
Yeah, you keep going
You
out.
keep like
Mine-
lagging.
Mine
Again,
sounds
I
fine.
understand you're saying it's not going to show up in the show, but
Mhm.
it is happening.
Oh, good. Well, good. That's a
That's not
Skype
good.
problem, not a me
Not
problem.
us problem.
Jey Uso beat Karrion Kross and Kofi Kingston to advance, and Pete Dunne beat The Miz and Xavier Woods to advance for the Intercontinental Championship, number one contender tournament. Who's going to be number one contender?
I'm going to say Dragunov wins his. And then I was going to say Bronson Reed, but by the way, I like the Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman shit on Raw. You know, I'm not a Braun Strowman fan, but
Huge Braun Strowman fan over here. Love
they
it.
went back to their roots. The only time he ever got over was when like smashing up cars and shit. So like, let's get back to that, and let's give Bronson Reed the rub as part of that, and do a big fucking splash on top of a car. So that was cool.
It's great.
That was the
all
best
over.
thing that Braun Strowman has done since he returned.
100%. I'll say Braun screws Bronson Reed in this match, and Sheamus wins, and I'll say Sheamus ends up being Braun Breaker's opponent. Because Jey Uso, you could go to that if you want, but he's just going to lose again to Braun Breaker.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say Sheamus ends up being Braun Breaker's opponent.
I'll say Jey Uso per history of him winning these type of things and then losing.
I'm trying to break the chain.
Yeah.
Break these chains, oh.
You see what Rikishi was saying about Jay?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
He wants him to go to AEW.
He's been talking crazy lately.
Nuh-uh,
Mhm.
dude. Well, didn't he not like Trinity because she was black?
That's, yeah.
Mhm.
That's, that was a
fucking
storyline
terrible.
on a Total Divas, at least.
The wrong shade of brown.
Yikes.
She
But yeah, he's
sucks,
like-
dude.
He's like, Jay should take some time off, and because they don't know what the fuck they're doing with him, and he could make all the money he wants at AEW. It's like, brother, they're building to fucking Bloodline Explodes and Survivor Series. What do you mean they don't know what they're doing with him?
I
know
I-
damn
I,
well.
I agree
I
with what
kind
he
of
said.
agree
They're
that
not
they have no idea
capitalizing
what
on
they're
him.
doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Just because they're waiting on something doesn't mean they're capitalizing on it now. They did the Mox all the time.
I think they've done a pretty terrible job
Yeah, I
overall
agree.
since last year's SummerSlam. Like, he won the championships, the tag championship with Cody, and it lasted like a week and a half.
Mhm.
And they've really done nothing with him.
He's over as fuck, and tell me what what he's done.
Yeah.
I mean, he's always in the mix. He hasn't won a title.
Sure,
I'll give
always
you that,
in the mix.
but-
Mox was always in the mix. Mox was always on the back burner. And then when they heat him up, they're like, why isn't this bigger than it should be? It's like,
I don't
because
feel
you
like
cool
Jay's
him
on the
off.
back burner though, because
They are. It's absolutely, his reactions were bigger before than they are now. They're slowly dwindling.
Nah, they're still huge.
I
You
don't
said
know.
this stuff with LA Knight too, and he's more
Well,
over than he ever was.
Well,
now.
he also won the championship. He beat.
Okay,
fucking-
and
he
eventually
finally
Jay
won.
will win a championship.
Well, show me the data when that happens, because I ain't seen it.
Although I guess I think what they're doing is him and Sammy are gonna win the tag team championships in the near future.
Maybe. I don't fucking know, buddy.
And then you're setting up for.
I think he'd go to
4
AEW and make a shit ton of money. I think Batistas are all alone, dude. Who's Braun Breaker's opponent? Did you say? Did you say it already? You thought it was Sheamus, right?
I said
I'm
Sheamus.
saying Jay.
I said Jay.
Yeah, I think it's
You
gonna be.
have to
I think it's gonna be Sheamus too.
Okay.
Like I said,
I'm pretty
it's
hard
gonna-
for that match. if
Well,
that
yeah.
happens.
Again, Sheamus is who you put up against
Mhm.
tough guys. He's a great gatekeeper. So,
It's also
Well-
a good story because he always says like that's the one major title I haven't had.
all right, let's rapid fire through this NXT crap. No one gives a shit about No Mercy. Ethan Page against Joe Henry, two TNA AEW guys. No homegrown talent here. Trick Williams is just hanging out like he's not important. Mike, who you got?
Trick
How's
Williams
to shake out?
I have Ethan Page retaining because I don't think they're gonna put the title on Joe Hendry. But I am interested to see like what happens with Trick Williams, like how he is he gonna turn heel potentially on Joe Hendry? Like is he just gonna call it down the middle and Ethan Page wins that way? So I think his addition as the special guest referee is kind of interesting because he's obviously kind of waiting in line to get his rematch essentially.
So who wins, bud? Ethan Page? Cool. BJ?
I said Ethan Page.
I want nothing more than for Joe Hendry to win because this whole partnership has been pretty one-sided overall and nothing really of consequence has happened. But Joe Hendry is so over. Why not do something really fucking fun and let him win, even if it's for a couple of weeks? Maybe Ethan Page goes to the next fucking TNA pay-per-view and wins it back. I want that to happen with Roxanne Perez and Jordan Grace. They didn't do that. So here it is. Joe Hendry is one of the hottest stars in wrestling. Just fucking do it. Why not? And Ethan Page fucking sucks. So put on Joe Hendry.
They're not.
I think it should have happened with Jordan Grace.
It definitely
I
should have
don't agree
happened.
that Ethan Page fucking sucks.
No,
I
he
think
fucking sucks.
I think his matches haven't been the greatest, but I do think he's got a lot of personality and cuts a good promo and he looks like a star. So I'll give him that.
I mean,
No
he looks like a pretty average ass dude. If you
Yeah,
ask me.
I don't think he looks like a star
He's
at
a
all.
good promo. He always was in TNA and AEW, but again, that's not enough. I don't think they have the balls to put it on Joe Hendry, to be honest with you. And everybody complained about the AEW and the AEW and TNA like relationship, and cool. I don't see much difference here, to be honest with you. Everyone acted like WWE's doing such a good thing for fucking TNA, and really it just seems like they're
Well, it
taking
has
their
been
top
good for them.
stars.
I don't think
and
anybody
fucking
acted like
exposing them.
WWE was doing a good
Yeah.
thing for TNA.
So
Well, it
this
has
is
been good
E-
for TNA. So
Ethan Page, just as good as it was for AEW and TNA.
and it hasn't been because they have a lot more fucking ticket sales and viewership now than they did.
Who?
So
Who does?
TNA does.
That's not true. How do you
What do you
know?
mean
What
it's
do
not
you have
true?
fucking
Because
data
it's
to
the
back that up
fucking-
compared to the AEW
Fucking
run?
data.
Compared to the AEW run, you have data to compare those two.
Yeah.
Forward it along, you liar. Roxanne Perez and Jada Parker. Is this pay-per-view going fucking all the champs retaining here? Because I got Roxanne Perez and I don't think it's
Slammiversary
close.
opening weekend ticket sales are highest for TNA Impact in 10 years. So,
There you go, brother.
Hold on,
Years,
where
like,
did you
yeah.
get that?
Highest since fucking
Where-
Ric Flair bladed outside the ring.
Where did you
brother.
get that data?
that's online, buddy.
No, is it from
See?
a press release?
On the internet.
Cool. From a press release from fucking two dudes at TNA. And also it says it's the hottest start, not even the most tickets sold. So like they sold the most in a week? Like they sold 7,005 instead of 7,003? What are you talking about?
Well, are you going to compare it to their sales when they were working with AEW?
If I had hard data, what am I, Brandon Thurston? Because I'm not.
So you're arguing against it despite not having any data?
No, what I'm saying to you is everybody was saying that the WWE partnership with TNA will be so much more beneficial than the AEW
in the press
one.
release.
But-
Okay, so here we go. Press release. They said it. So thanks,
Yeah.
buddy.
From the company who does it, press releases are notoriously not reliable.
They're gonna say in the fucking past 10 years they're gonna bypass everything with AEW.
It's a
And
new
you're gonna
owner.
tell me-
It's a
you're
new
gonna
owner.
tell
They're
me
going to
that
bury
it's
the old
better?
owners.
So they're
Yeah,
making
not.
up what the number is in a press release? Is that what you're trying to
What,
say?
wrestling doing that? No way. WWE does it all the time, dude.
In a press release?
Yeah, in a press release, buddy.
No.
What are you going to hold them hostage for what they fucking write? And then they can write anything they want in there.
Okay.
Roxanne Perez, Jada Parker. I got Roxanne Perez, and this is where I think most champions retain them.
Hey Donnie,
Hey,
were
say
the
what
ticket
you-
sales for All In
I
this
legit
year
don't
better
care.
than last year?
No,
Okay.
they weren't. I think they got like 50,000 or something this year instead of like
Yeah.
80,000.
How many did they have last year?
80?
Okay.
Something like that?
Right. Okay. Sounds good.
Hey,
80. Because they put it in a press release?
50. I mean, like I said, I'm going by what the government gave me.
Okay,
I
gotcha.
believe what the government tells me. That's why I
Gotcha,
got all my
brother.
vaccine shots.
Tattoo it? Did you get a tattoo?
Right? For life, dude. For life.
Yeah. Fucking piece
And
of
I'm
shit.
handing you this L too. Roxanne
Roxanne Perez.
You just learned that?
Over Femi wins.
Yep.
Kalani Jordan wins. Chase U probably wins.
No, I got
and
Nathan Frazier
Sleep
and
wins.
Axiom winning.
I
there.
got
That's
Nathan
it.
Frazier and Axiom also.
That's my token title change. I feel like it's his
Yeah.
chalk too.
Okay.
And
Here you go.
Wesley definitely wins too.
Yeah, Wesley wins.
Yes,
so we covered
Wesley
the pay-per-view.
I'm actually
Yeah,
looking
sucks.
forward to that
Thank you
match.
for
Wesley
giving it the
Zachary
emphasis.
won.
Thank you, BJ, for giving this what it deserves, which is no credit at all. It
I just
sucks.
don't want to fucking talk to you anymore because you're a fucking
This
asshole.
shit
You're a
sucked,
moron.
dude.
And let's get this fucking show over with.
NXT's
Why don't
pretty
you
mid.
fucking
NXT
leave?
NXT has been legit pretty mid.
NXT
It was
is
going really good for a while,
It's
but it's really
Actually,
honestly
very
been pretty mid. So.
because Ethan Page is fucking champion.
Well, it is what it is.
I'm actually dead serious about that. Ever since he's been champion, the
Well,
show's been a lot worse.
no, they called up Carmelo Hayes. They called up fucking Braun Breaker, and since that call up,
They've
since
still
that
done a
changed-
lot of good since
They had a lot of good things. The TNA relationship has been really beneficial for them because they had Joe Hendry.
because they're taking stars because they can't build their own.
Yes.
All right, guys, let's
Well,
go
we
on.
definitely
What
built-
does AEW do?
I don't know. Check out. They just had the best pay-per-view of the year.
Taken from another company.
They
Hey,
just had
is
the
Bryan
best
Danielson
pay-per-view of the
an AEW
year,
guy?
dude. Fucking idiot, man. You're an idiot.
Was
Bryan
Swerve
Danielson is a
AEW?
Ring of Honor guy.
Mercedes Moné, their top fucking star in the women's
Top
division?
star in the women's division is actually
Storm?
fucking Tony
AEW?
Storm, who fucking had
Oh, where's she
a cup of coffee at WWE. They were mistreated.
Gotcha.
Please
Cup
don't
of
do
coffee
this.
for
Where are
5
they?
years.
Where are they
She's
from?
fucking
She was a
celebrity.
star in the
AEW.
independent scene before she went to WWE. They gave her nothing. She shows up in AEW. She's a fucking top draw.
Will Ospreay is AEW guy, right?
New Japan.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Everybody starts somewhere, dummy. They work
Yeah.
here now.
Yep.
BJ.
Yeah, we have some poll results. Best list for top 10
BJ, it
WWE
seems like you're being a real
champions
sewer
ever.
right now. What's going on?
We were
What's the
all
problem?
tied. We were all tied.
It was 0% of the vote.
No, 33%. We're all tied.
Oh, nice.
Jason Silva has the one comment. I'm trying to guess my vote because BG had Honky Tonk Man, who was straight garbage, and Donnie has Texas Tornado. I mean, come on. At least have Tynan instead of Kerry Von Erich, who only held it for 3 months. Green Rose?
No,
Really?
fuck him. Fuck him. I mean, come on.
We also had another list, top 10 TLC matches ever. Donnie didn't really get that one correct. I won with 43% of the votes, and you guys tied for second. Sorry, Mike. Jason Silva also has our only
Tyler.
comment. He's the only person that cares about us anymore. All three are great choices. Hard to make a vote for any of you. With that being said, I vote for M-Chai because he doesn't win as many of these as BG and Donnie.
Donnie doesn't win hardly any.
It's not true. I win all the time. It's a popularity vote, and I'm popular as fuck.
Anyways,
That's not true.
those were conducted at
Anyway.
patreon.com/BigRustRadio. Go there to support our show. Please, we desperately need you. You get the ad-free podcast. You also can join us for our next fucking bracket. Can't wait. September 10th, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're going to determine who is the best wrestler to never win the WWE Championship.
That's actually a good idea. I can't believe we've never done that before.
Because you hate wrestling and we don't.
That's
really
true. You've
care.
been
Yeah, but
telling
I mean,
him not
like,
to do wrestling.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, like, there's 12 months a year. We've been doing this shit for like 20 years. That's a lot of months, and we never squeeze this in.
It's a lot of months of you hating anything related to wrestling.
Hey, can I say something? I've been right the whole time. You guys are joining me on this hate train.
By the way,
I hate you.
By the way, league already filled, but I did want to mention it. Fantasy football draft on Wednesday. Audio is going to be available. Patreon.com/Radio. Very excited for that.
Yes, that's a great tease. Great tease. I might do it on video too. Maybe I'll do it topless. Maybe I'll do it in a tank. What's the
Like
Mike,
a fish tank?
Mike, what's the sure? What's the top that the ladies wear that's like spaghetti strap, right? But is there a name for that?
Tube top.
Not a tube
No,
top. The one
they
with
don't
the-
have straps.
Yeah,
A
dummy.
cami?
I know, he should
Cami.
do a tube
What's
top.
a cami? I'm looking it up. I'm gonna get in trouble for looking it up, aren't I?
I don't think so.
I don't know. I just don't know terms. I'm gonna fucking yelled at all over the place. No, this is great. So you want to talk about some other stuff, BJ?
Not really. I just did it.
You did all the Ricky Snicky and all that shit?
A light piece of clothing
Right.
that covers the top part of the body with thin straps that go over the shoulders, usually worn by women under clothes. A cami.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know if that's what they really call it. It's great, but
I'm really locked in, so.
Well, I'm gonna say
You
this.
got bodies.
No, I love that shit. A woman wearing that without a bra on is like,
Hey, what the hell?
hey, that's what I'm talking about. For real, right? Am I wrong or right? Like, that's
Fucking
great.
creep.
Just be like, hey, could you jump up and down for a second?
Dude.
Whatever,
Look
dude.
at
I'm
the
not-
trampoline in the backyard.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah. Just a little one, though.
Strangeness in the latest report. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Egregious lies, anonymously source. You gotta call Dirt Sheet Buster. Scoop, 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 scoop. No lies, no retraction. Scoop, 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 scoop. Per a source that's interesting to know.
Alright guys, it is time for our favorite segment of the week, Dirt Sheet Busters. That's right, no Donald Wood. Exactly what you've been waiting for all show long, I'm sure. But it's me, and it's BG, and we are going to bust some dirt.
Let's do it. I can't wait. I'm so excited because there's been so many things, so I don't even know what you're bringing to the table today.
Right, so it's been a couple weeks since we had a quote-unquote live episode here, and the lies were running rampant. They knew that we were away, and they tried to play, but they're not going to play in our faces because we're going to call them out right now. This first one is from WrestleVotes. BG, did I miss that Judgment Day name change?
I guess I missed it too, Mike.
Do you know about any chance? Okay, well, let's talk it out. Plans are in motion to rebrand the new Judgment Day. Sources say the group's essence will stay the same, but a name change is likely. The leading candidate is an out-of-the-box yet bold idea, Street Trash. Now,
All right. There's no way in hell that they're going to have a faction named Street Trash.
Now, since this came out, I've been watching, and every time I watch Raw, they're calling them the new Judgment Day, not calling them Street Trash. So this is from a couple weeks ago, this report. This isn't from, like, this week.
Yeah.
So there was plenty of time to make this change. It did not happen.
It's interesting to put that report out because it stems from Gunther calling Damian Priest Street Trash.
Who is
and
not
Damian
part of the
Priest is not
Judgment
part. Yeah, what the fuck? So
Exactly.
It's so dumb.
That makes absolutely no sense. So I think he was told something and either misinterpreted it or somebody purposely gave him some shitty information. I don't know.
I think he made it up.
Or he made it up. But he had a follow-up. He or she. I want to be fair here.
Donnie.
A good follow-up on this. Looks like they heard the outcry. Source claims the name Judgment Day will remain. However, the slogan Street Trash will be incorporated within the group's gimmick. Still hasn't been.
Oh, wow.
The Street Trash idea came directly from Finn Balor, with merchandising concepts already completed and approved. Again.
Yeah, I hope George has to buy one of those shirts, actually.
This is from at least 2, maybe 3 weeks ago. There's not been even the slightest mention of Street Trash as it relates to the new Judgment Day. So
That's wild that they were wrong about Street Trash.
Incredibly wrong. I can't believe there was ever even a discussion or a thought about renaming Judgment Day Street Trash. Because again, like you said, makes sense.
No sense.
But there you go.
Wow, that's not even that's the first one today. It's not even like the coup de grace.
It's a good week, man.
It's gotta be a good week.
Or a bad week, depending on who you are. This next one's also from WrestleVotes. It's like the Braun Breaker torch passing all over again.
Oh.
This was reported a couple weeks ago before an episode of SmackDown. I noticed WrestleVotes likes to do this. First, he must know someone or think he knows someone who works on SmackDown, because they're always posting spoilers. And admittedly, sometimes there's stuff that is correct, but there's also stuff that is incorrect.
Gotcha.
Tonight's SmackDown from Orlando. Big night for Andrade and the Profits. Cody helps KO ravage A-Town Down Under. Wow,
Hey.
I must have missed that one. Holy shit.
Nice.
Nia gets involved with Michan. Solo and Roman close out the show. Enjoy, everyone. So, I mean, if you didn't know any better, you'd see this and be like, okay, that sounds, mostly accurate, right?
Yeah.
And it was mostly accurate, except for the very first thing that he said. Big night for Andrade. This is very reminiscent of, it's going to be a big night for Braun Breaker, a passing of the torch moment. Ciampa beat him. This match, Andrade versus Carmelo Hayes. I believe Carmelo Hayes had already lost 2 matches in a row. It seems like they're doing the best of 7 series route. So people were led to believe Andrade is going to take a 3-0 lead in this series. Well, Andrade lost. Carmelo Hayes beat him. It was, in fact, not a big night for Andrade.
Wow.
Big night for putting people over, I guess.
That's crazy.
I don't think that's what he meant, though. Just like he didn't mean that Braun Breaker was going to lose to Ciampa.
Andrade didn't even beat Santos Escobar, right?
No, he lost to him. It was
Speed number 1 contender, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Rough month for.
Pretty wrong.
For Andrade.
This is from Fightful Select. Hope you didn't pay $5 for this inside scoop.
George definitely did.
It's random backstage notes from AEW All In. There's one.
Oh, recent.
There's a few things, but one of them is super hilarious. Fightful Select reported that Aja Kong was seen backstage at the event. First of all, didn't need to report that. I saw Willow take a picture with her. So.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Didn't need to report that at all.
Wow.
Corey Brennan's notes from the arena, including some interesting points. I'll be the judge of that. Swerve Strickland's signing was not shown on the big screens in the stadium. Not that interesting, kind of weird though. The areas behind and around the stage were closed off to the audience. Okay.
Wait, so they're saying that they didn't say that Swerve signed a new contract with the company to the entire Wembley Stadium? Is that what they're reporting there?
So I guess I did not watch the pre-show, but as far as I know, on the pre-show they showed a segment where he was signing his new contract.
I see.
This was not shown to the crowd, apparently.
Wow.
For whatever reason. Which is weird.
Super fucked up.
Yeah. Aubrey Edwards was seen giving high fives and hugs to the ringside staff as she left, showing a friendly atmosphere backstage.
Wow. Good for them. Good for them.
So was this reported because at the last All-In, CM Punk had to choke a bitch?
Ooh.
Is that why they're reporting that? But this time, Aubrey Edwards was giving high fives and hugs.
Dude, like 90% of all the people that go there do the same thing.
I'm sure in WWE somebody has a good match or something.
Yeah.
They're like, "Hey, great job," and like shaking hands and shit.
CM Punk even does it.
Right. Why would
What
you
the
report
hell?
this? Why would you report this?
Wow.
$5.
Bro.
$5.
That guy Corey is usually their NXT reporter.
Yes, which.
So now he's in fucking Wembley Stadium getting all the scoops.
Yeah, he's
a step up.
The AEW game, and he's still reporting essentially next to nothing. So there you go. Essentially, here what we have is a 3-part coup de grace. Okay. We are gonna start with this first one from Wrestling Observer Radio, and I entitle it "Meltz's Terrible, Horrible, No Good, Very Bad Week, Part 1."
I see what you did there, and now it's all coming back to me of what we're doing here today.
Okay. Dave Meltzer on Jacob Fatu's WWE absence and future Roman Reigns plans. Okay?
This is a good one.
The deal is... What's the deal? Well, the deal is... They're trying to have Jacob Fatu completely avoid Roman Reigns.
Wow.
Because everyone has to sell for Reigns, and they want to keep Jacob Fatu special by not bumping around for Reigns.
I'm bumping around tonight.
So he's going to be gone while Reigns is around until whenever the time is right to hook them up. I can't say he's not hurt. I can't say he's not hurt. That's a beautiful line.
Nice.
But everything that's happening was planned to happen. I can say that. As far as avoiding those two locking up for now until later, when they obviously will lock up, I think they want Roman with Solo first, then Jacob Fatu after that. Well, About 3 days later, we find that Meltz couldn't have been more wrong.
Oof.
Jacob Fatu returns from his couple weeks away in a walking boot and beats the living fuck out of Roman Reigns.
Wow.
What
are the odds?
I almost hope that wasn't the plan, and then they just decided to do it when they saw this stupid fucking report.
No, I think that was part of the plan. I don't think this injury that like him and Alv and all them claim is not real. I don't buy that at all.
Well, I don't think he would have the walking boot on.
Right. I think it was clear as day at SummerSlam that he was fucking hurt.
Yeah. And obviously it's not a major injury if he's able to work through it and wear the walking boot, but
props to him for fucking still going. I don't care if it's a boot or not. Like, still have to go out there and fucking do it.
Right. But I guess Meltz could try to misconstrue this and say like, oh, well, they decided that now was the time to bring them together. It's
he
like,
said,
brother,
they're going to be away from each other.
Right. You were reporting this as if Reigns and Jacob Fatu were not going to touch for months, and that we were going to get to Reigns versus Solo before they ever had Reigns and Fatu interact, and that just wasn't the case. Flat out wrong.
I mean, to me, it made it seem like they're not even on the same show in the same segment together, as far as I'm concerned, or at least anything that was going to have any type of physicality whatsoever.
Exactly. And then, literally 3 days later, they did.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good for them.
Bad
for Meltz. Good for them.
This next one's from the F4W Online message board. Good things rarely happen there. Meltz's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week, part 2.
Ooh.
Dave Meltzer took to his F4WOnline.com message board to report what he thought was an internal memo from Warner Brothers Discovery about the valuation of AEW programming. Here's a quote. I saw an internal memo from WBD on the total value of AEW programming. It was $288,265,720 per year based on ad revenue and 2% of TNT carriage rates, 2.5% of TBS carriage rates, and 3.0% of True TV's carriage rates, and also included purchasing the pay-per-view franchise, said Meltzer ahead of AEW's expected announcement of a new television rights deal. Meltzer received backlash for the post almost immediately, as it was not an internal memo from WBD, but rather a fan estimate from a Discord. Here's a quote. Just to correct what's happening here, I think Dave has understood this estimate that a listener, that someone did and did a good job of. I think Dave is understanding this estimate to be an internal memo somehow, said Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics during a recent live stream. All these details matching is pretty astronomical. I've pointed this out to Dave as well. And Dave subsequently deleted his post from the message board.
Oh.
I don't know how you mess that up. So, did he just see a estimate that was in line with the narrative he wanted to push, so he just went with it and said it was an internal memo?
Wow.
To my knowledge, it was not labeled anywhere to be an internal memo. I don't think there was any shenanigans. I think it was labeled as an estimate from somebody who is not on the inside.
Wow.
And this is what I'm talking about. Like, I don't understand how anybody can view him as legitimate at this point. Like, of course he has knowledge of pro wrestling and the business and has had sources over the years, and, there's certain stuff that he gets right. Whatever people actually want to feed him that's legitimate. But it's been, especially in recent years, it's been forever that he's gotten shit wrong and fucked up. But especially in recent years, it's gotten very bad. It's almost like he's out of touch, like he said Vince was for so many years.
Ooh.
So I don't know how people can take him seriously as a journalist at this point.
I've always been on the right side of history. I've always hated him ever since I started getting into wrestling and looking at dirt sheets in like year 2000. So for 24 years, is a build-up hatred.
So I never really saw any of that kind of stuff like when I was actually watching as a kid, like the dirt sheet stuff.
Fuck you. I would be on NoDQ.com looking at all those fucking.
I was never
rumors.
like doing that, but then like when I got back into watching, so like 2009, 2010, I would like look on like message boards and shit to see what people were saying, and there would always be like reports from him on there, and I'd be like, this is like complete and utter bullshit. Like, how are people not seeing this? That's where the crusade started, to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the true and final coup de grace, BG?
I'm ready, and I'm disappointed about this.
It's from Meltz on Twitter, okay? It's Meltz's terrible, horrible, no good, very bad week, part 3. Pro wrestling journalist Dave Meltzer took to X on Thursday night to issue a correction following an inaccurate report regarding the death of WWE legend Afa Anoa'i. A correction! Afa has not passed away, the Wrestling Observer newsletter publisher posted to X. He is battling. According to a screenshot posted to Reddit, and that I saw myself before he deleted it, Meltzer had previously reported that Anoa'i had died, writing, Afa Anoa'i just passed away. Very sorry to hear. Sympathies to the family. What a rough period for that family. While it's unclear where Meltzer received the inaccurate information, many have speculated that he misinterpreted an update on Anoa'i's declining health, which his son, Samu Anoa'i, shared. In the post, Samu similarly indicated that his father is entering his final days. I saw this post, and you could certainly interpret it as that Afa had passed away. But I know not to take this and then go out there and be like, Afa is dead. You know, I don't claim to have sources like Meltz does, but if I did have them, and it was my job to report on that, I would check with them and be sure about it before I reported anything, because that's what, you know, good journalism is. What Meltz did is he saw this post, which didn't definitively say anywhere Afa is dead. It suggested that he may be. It suggested that he either was or could be in the very near future, but nothing was definitive. But he just took that as like, instead of doing any legwork whatsoever, I should have the fucking number for one of the 1,000 members of that family in the wrestling business, and I could check. Instead of doing that, I'll just irresponsibly report it. Like he did before with Nicole Bass. Like he did before with Brian Christopher, a.k.a. Grandmaster Sexay. We have reported on him doing this many times over the years, and he never learns his lesson. And he continues to do it.
You know, you spoke a lot about inside of journalism, right? Checking your sources and, you know, being respectful for these type of tidbits, right? Where you might get something, it's like, okay, let me verify this. When it comes to death, we have a rule. You don't mess with it, right? You have to be it's very serious. But something that you said was that you believe and are inferring that Meltz saw a post from a family member, right? And so just the basic of journalism, he didn't even credit that. He didn't reference it at all. He said he's basically saying that he got a scoop that this happened. But yet you're saying that there was a post out there that he presumably probably saw and then just didn't even credit that. Right. So it's all he had to do was repost that or reference to it, and he doesn't.
He very clearly...
That's the basic of journalism, is cite your sources. So.
Right. He very clearly didn't get this from another source because it didn't happen. He was not dead at that point. So he had to get it from somewhere, and it seems very likely he got it from here. And then there was posts from a member of the Anoa'i family, you know, saying to him, like, and other people that had reported similarly, like, take this down. He has not passed away.
Wow.
And Meltz didn't even, like, acknowledge that either. So,
oof.
Yeah. And, you know, on the other side of the coin, Sean Ross Sapp had a very interesting thing this week with regard to the death of Sid, where Sid's son went on Facebook and said that his dad had died. And so what Meltz would have done is just taken that and pretended like he was reporting that Sid died.
That's true.
Sean Ross Sapp did not do that, but he wrote, like, Sid's son is claiming his dad died on Facebook. It's like, could you think of a more dickheadish way to word that? The way you would word that is, Sid's son said on Facebook that his father has died. So you're not saying definitively that it happened, because you personally don't know, but you're also not discrediting his son, who just lost his father, saying that his father did. Saying, claiming, like, this is like why in journalism, like, if you're writing about a victim of a crime or, you know, an assault, a sexual assault, something serious in manner, you don't say the victim claimed this.
Yeah.
You say they said it. Because if you're saying claimed, you're discrediting what may have happened. And that's another journalism 101 thing that he needs to learn. And Meltz, who's been doing this for fucking 50 years or whatever, still has a lot to learn, clearly. Or I think he just doesn't care to learn it.
No, he definitely does not care.
Yeah, so there you go.
Wow.
One of the worst in the many years, 50 years, whatever, that Meltzer's been doing this.
Mm-hmm.
One of the worst fucking weeks of his career. How do you think we did?
You hate to see it, but you also like to see it.
Ooh, ah. Don't touch me, Jacob.
Hey guys, fantasy standings. What?
First update of season 38.
I hate it so much.
Going through Survivor Series. In last place, 16th with -20. Skeeter.
Damn,
Wasn't he in last place?
He
last
did
time?
last
Poor
year.
guy.
He was like -90 last year. This motherfucker was like, I do like golf. I like going low.
I hope he doesn't give up again. Tied for 14th with -15. Leon CK and Derek Lee.
Yeah, Derek. Did we ever figure out if we got his middle name right?
He never said. I think he's afraid to.
I
say
think he's
how great
afraid.
he
Yeah,
is.
I honestly believe that we got it right, and he is being a coward about it.
Leon won last season, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah,
-15.
well, that's what happens. Sometimes you get big britches, and you don't need to earn it anymore.
True. In 13th with -5, George Cruz.
Uh-huh.
He's got big
Maybe
britches because he's
maybe
getting fat.
picking with your dong all the time ain't the way to do it, brother.
Don't you pick for him?
You picked for him, right?
You pick. You
Wrong way,
technically,
Ty.
technically you picked with his dong.
So you picked
Yeah, I picked with George's dong.
Remember the old term? You ever hear the term? Someone says,
it all comes back to him ultimately.
yeah, ever hear the term like I wouldn't fuck
Yeah.
her with your dick. That's a BJ. That's what Mike did with this.
Four-way tie for 9th with 0. James Dick, Chris Jeter, Mongo, and Big Money Mike.
Damn, bunch of zeros in there. I like Mongo, but the rest of you guys suck.
Wow.
Really? You don't like James Dick and Chris Jeter?
Well, no, Chris Jeter's ass and
I like them both
and
a lot.
Dickie Boy is he works too much for me.
Tie for 7th with 5. Everson Godfrey and Donnie.
Yes, now that's a
Wow.
sexy
That's a
combination.
good little duo right there.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You guys
No, it's
were
not.
actually,
Everson's
tailgating.
awesome, and then there's Donnie.
Yeah, right. Dude, we're smoking
They had a
weed.
good conversation during tailgating.
Me and him are fucking brothers from another mother, man.
6 with
Are
10.
you?
Yeah. I know it's hard to
6'10".
believe. We look
They're
so
like
similar.
the Dudley boys. In
we
6 with 10.
are like we have the same dad, but he was plowing up the East Coast. That's why we have so many half brothers.
In 6 with 10, George Sparrows.
Wow.
Yeah.
You have a lot of
That.
people.
It was his
Yeah,
wife's.
I don't know why we were allowed to have 1,000 people this season.
It was his. I don't know. You guys.
It's
decided-
like worse for me. Tie for 4th
That's
with
why we do it.
12.5.
Yeah, hell yeah. We're doing 15 more next year.
Jim Del Chapo and Reggie Gill.
We don't do
And
shit.
I'm pretty sure, didn't Jim, show up at the end and
Yeah.
just take 5 people who worked
Yeah, because Donnie didn't call him.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, I called him, but
He's
he
a full
didn't know how to answer the
Oh.
phone because he's old.
Yeah,
He couldn't find his bifocals.
To answer the phone?
Answer the phone, yep. He couldn't read. He
He
couldn't.
turns down the radio to see better when he's driving.
He's like, Martha, turn down the radio. She's like, what?
I joke about that, but that's honestly a real thing, I feel like.
Well, oh no.
What?
Yeah, turn down the radio a little bit
Oh,
to
no,
lock
I
in
was
when
just
you're
thinking it
driving.
also. I've done that.
Focus.
Oh, I listen. The older I get, the more I realize I was an idiot when I was younger. I used to have subs in the back of the car. I installed this killer stereo in my fucking car, and I used to thump it, dude. Like the craziest volumes you'd ever hear, and like Slayer and shit. I drive around now. I'm like, I put on like cool jazz. I'm like, man, ooh, he's up. Getting a little raucous on the radio. I've chilled out a lot lately.
In 3rd with 15, Stephanie Kordick.
Wow.
Yeah,
I drafted that team.
Yeah, I know. And guess what? She didn't even say thank you, did she?
No, but she meant it.
Busy. I guess she's busy now.
In 2nd with 27.5, Alex Pandolfi.
That's BJ first.
Wait, what?
And in 1st with 30, BG.
Holy shit.
This
Guys.
hasn't happened in years.
Guys, I'm retiring.
Baby Bop in fucking first? What is
I'm-
happening, dude? Did you see somebody brought Baby Bop
It was
back
that
up
big
to you?
Jada Parker win, brother.
No,
Yeah.
she's gonna lose the paper.
She's
I was
gonna
so upset
lose.
about that.
She's going to lose immediately, yes. So, yeah, it's great to see
It
It
this.
was fun while it lasted, right?
Yeah, I'm retiring.
Nope, can't do that. We don't allow that here.
Damn.
All
You gotta
right.
be like Daniel Bryan. You gotta keep going until you die.
Sorry.
Good jump.
Yeah, it's going to be the hard way soon. Guys, let's get to emails. Ringrustradio@yahoo.com. Short, sweet, print what we're talking about. 99 what we're talking about.
This first one is from Kenny Andre the Johnson. Subject: dream matches, but not the obvious ones.
Kenny Johnson, let me say this.
It's a good email.
He comes in usually every once a quarter. He's like once a quarter.
Yeah,
he shows up, right?
But it's always good. It really is.
But it's always work.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that I don't
It is
like.
always work, but it's
Make
always
it easy.
a thoughtful email.
Yeah, but I hate that
I
shit.
do it while I watch Raw. And
I hate that shit. So he's up on the throttle.
All right. I have fun.
Hey boys, long time no email, yada yada yada. I've been meaning to send this email for a while. I'm really good at taking forever to send them.
Seriously, it's like once a quarter.
But after Mike mentioned Bret Hart versus Brock Lesnar during last week's show, I figured now is the time to strike.
Damn.
There are the dream matches that everyone knows about: Cena, Hogan, Punk Austin, Bret Hart, Kurt Angle. Cena, Hogan, the dream match, brother.
Nope.
And so on. I want you guys to dig a little deeper and think of some unique dream matches, or at least ones that don't get enough attention. For me, I try to think of matches we were actually close to possibly getting, with wrestlers being about an era apart, but any time period or even company is fine. I came up with The Rock from the Attitude Era versus Rated R Edge from Ruthless Aggression. Those promos would have been awesome.
Ugh.
Have fun, be creative, and ring rust!
Rust?
Kenny Andre the Johnson.
You sound like you'd be like a good kindergarten teacher. Like, have fun and be creative, all right? Look at you in there. So proud of you.
That sounds like the teacher from Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Great character.
I'll go first. I would CM Punk from 2011 versus Macho Man. Bryan Danielson against Ric Flair. And Terry Funk versus John Moxley.
Those are good ones. Is that like a death match or something?
Exploding barbed wire, but this time they bring in Japanese people to the explosion
There you
instead
go.
of some idiot with sparklers.
See, outsource it.
Also, I'm not for. Hold on a minute. Hold on one goddamn second. I am not for outsourcing jobs. Fuck you. Free trade agreement was one of the worst things Clinton ever did.
Oh boy.
There
Okay.
you go.
Mike,
wanna go next or want me to go?
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go. Triple H was Roddy Piper.
Nice.
Ugh, what a waste of Roddy.
Wow.
Great promos and would be a great match. Stone Cold versus Randy Orton. I feel like
Oh my god.
I feel like Stone Cold, you're talking about Punk, you're talking about Brock, but you don't really talk about Randy. I think that would be awesome. If Stone Cold could go back for one match, I want it to be against Punk. Come back for two? Maybe Randy Orton would be in there.
Wow.
That's
Ricky
stupid.
It's not at all. Ricky Steamboat versus Owen Hart.
Ooh.
That'd be a
That is a good one. They never wrestled?
No.
Not even like
They
tag team
teamed
matches?
together once in Japan, apparently.
Dude.
Wow.
I will say this. That struck a nerve for me. I like that.
Thank you. You're going to hate this because it involves the Rockers, but it's against the British Bulldogs. I think that would be a great match.
Shut the fuck
And got a women's match, China versus Bull Nakano.
Wait, so one of your dream matches has fucking Marty Jannetty in it?
Hell yeah. The Rockers were awesome.
What was the other one?
Marty Jannetty on his own, not so much.
Okay. Yo, can I tell you something? If I ever come to Buffalo, I'm going to take you to a fucking bowling lane, and I'm going to bash your fucking brains in behind the fucking place, dude.
You got a chance to do that in Philly. You didn't do it.
Yeah, but no, because I'm a good person. In Buffalo, I'm going to be on the edge the whole time. I'm home in
I
Philly.
see. I don't think you're ever going to do
I'm
that.
calm. I'm never
No.
going to Buffalo. I don't want to get raped.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say, like, you were
What?
going to put my hand in the ball return, like in Kingpin.
That's a good one, too. Yeah, sure.
I love that movie.
I know. It's a very good movie. We know you love it.
All right. I got a bunch. Street Fight, Cactus Jack versus Jay Briscoe. Got Rob Van Dam
That's
versus...
fun. I actually like
Yeah,
that.
I like
That's
it.
fun.
Thank you. Rob Van Dam versus CM Punk. I could not find that they've ever had a match before. So that they teamed together.
I can't
could not
help but
find
feel
that
like
had a
they
match.
did.
I thought so too.
They might
Couldn't
not
find it.
have.
So,
Wow, that is a good one.
I have a submission match. Kurt Angle against Ken Shamrock. My other one I was thinking Kurt Angle versus Owen Hart. Because everyone talks about Brett, but I think Owen,
Yeah,
awesome.
that's fine.
Agreed.
Steel cage match. Owen Hart versus AJ Styles.
Did Ken
Other person
Shamrock
was-
fight Brock?
No, I have.
I don't think so.
I
As
Ken
an option
Shamrock
here,
and Brock.
I wrote here Ken Shamrock and Brock Lesnar. There's another one.
You're lying. You're so
I
full
literally
of it,
have-
dude. Okay,
Right
say
here.
say your next one. Watch this. Say your next one.
Randy Savage versus AJ Styles. My other one. For
Oh my god, I fucking had that one. Right here on the
And-
list. Look, right here on the
yeah.
list. It's an audio
And
medium.
then-
I had it right here.
Yep. Co-main event was Ricky Steamboat versus Brock Lesnar, and I wrote here my other option for Brock is Ken Shamrock.
Why?
And
well, hold on, real quick. Ricky Steamboat and Brock I would never in a million years think that. Why?
there you go. Because Ricky Steamboat, one of the best in-ring wrestlers ever, and Brock, also one of the best in-ring, and I feel like his best matches come in those like D-Bry, AJ Styles, CM Punk type of wrestlers, and Ricky Steamboat is one
That's
of the
why I said Brett and Brock Lesnar.
Yeah. And the main event is The Rock as a heel against Rey Mysterio.
Never thought about that either. But that's really what the email was all about, right?
Yeah. Well, it just shows the kind of generational marks we are. We all have our, because like I said, if you really get into it, I picked Macho Man, Ric Flair, and Terry Funk and like CM Punk, Daniel Bryan, and Mox. It's just my favorite guys, like fucking against each other. So that's all it really is. It just shows us, hey, if anything, we're true to ourselves.
Yeah. I don't know why you had to be a dickhead about it.
BJ, next email. Thank you, Kenny Johnson. Appreciate you.
That was a great email. I had fun. Thanks, Kenny. Donnie's an asshole. Next email comes from Stu Hart, Dangerous Danny Davis.
You're such an idiot.
Subject is Hooert Davis. Hi guys.
Hooert? How do you say that word? Hooert?
Hooert.
You should know. You'll
hear it. Hi guys. Yeah, I've recently joined on Patreon, but have listened to you guys for months now. You got me through many adult night shifts. Would love to join one of your drafts or brackets one time, but the time difference and work make it difficult.
Assuming he's from England, that's bullshit because we've had people from England and Ireland and, people in that, what is that, Greenwich Mean Time?
Maybe they quit their jobs in order to do it.
Or no, Daniel Hayden has done it. It just does it like 11. It's not me.
It was me.
His phone ringing. It's Bill. Who'd the Bills cut? Who'd the Bills cut? It's cut day.
They traded for some fucking kick returner from the Jets.
Malik Wallace. No.
Brandon Codrington.
Cool shit. Now, championship.
Sounds made up.
Championship, lock it up. TJ Houshman Zilly.
TJ Houshmazode.
That's one of my favorite commercials of all time. Yeah. He goes, TJ Houshman Zilly, lock it up. Championship. I had my friend's fantasy draft Saturday. It was uttered at least a dozen times. Still
4 teams?
We're up to 8 now. We're doing pretty good.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Big shout out to the Ring Rust crew from these cognitative according to Donnie, I'll accept Hooert as a nickname. Call me fucking Mary if it makes you happy.
That's an English thing, I think.
I was gonna say that is such an English fucking thing to say. Call me fucking Mary.
Call me Mary if you want, huh? Cognitative. Yeah, I haven't seen a dentist in fucking 2 decades. That's Scottish, actually. Now we're Scottish.
I think when we were reading executive producers, you must have called him Hooert Davis.
Okay, I didn't know. Or maybe, I don't even know why I would, you know what? Don't care.
Because you're a dick. That's why you would say.
No, BJ fucked up, I think. I think it was supposed to be Stuart Davis, and he missed the ST.
No.
It came
Hooert
Davis.
It's Stuart, and you said Hooert. Like, who are you?
Oh.
Hooert?
You fucking idiot.
How do you not understand that?
I didn't get it till right now,
Unreal.
until this very moment, dude. Okay, yeah, that's how I show my love.
By being an asshole.
My cousin's wife, who does not like me one bit, I was destroying her all day about her team. And she turned away and she said, "Eat shit and die. I hope you die." And then she sat down and we're all like laughing. She turns around, she looks at me, she's like, "I mean it." I was like, damn. Holy shit.
Get it on the show.
That's 100% true. That's 100% true, that story, dude. Shit's wild. Shouldn't like it that much. Next email?
It's from Chris, Rey Mysterio's Jeter. Subject, all in smarks. So, BG, Donnie, Mike, let me talk to you. I gave Donnie 2 options for my email, and he chose accordingly. Hope you guys enjoyed the internet's best from All In. Enjoy. Much love, Chris, Rey Mysterio's Jeter. P.S. Donnie, don't be ass.
Got it.
So he gave you 2 ideas for emails, and he said, give us some AEW All In smarks.
Yeah, what is going on? What's the alert now, dude?
The fucking Bills cuts, man.
I know, that's what I said. I muted, dude. I have it set too, but
nah,
what the fuck, dude?
Don't care enough.
I don't know what he was talking to me
appreciate that.
about.
But
I
apparently
was
you
just
chose
think-
the one that did.
No,
over.
because I say horrible things to Chris Jeter. I was trying to see which ones I could say on there. I don't
Why do
think
you
I could
say
say
horrible
any.
things to him?
Because he asks for it. He does. He in the box. He was like literally one of the sweetest, nicest people you'd ever meet. But
Yeah, he's awesome.
He's a monster. He really is a total monster.
He's not.
He really is. He really is. And I have to say horrible things to him, and it like I think it bothers him. But I can't read any of them on the air.
I'm just gonna say that you bother everyone.
It's not true. Just, I mean,
Sorry.
yes. When you guys say you hate me and shit, I do feel like I'm at a family reunion because they all say that too. But
Yeah.
but yeah. Now, number one, Mike.
Such a trash show. How you let two white guys, Danielson and Christian, win the major matches?
I will say
fair, I
this.
guess.
No, it's not fair at all. Being white is making a comeback. I'm saying that now.
Okay, you shouldn't be saying all these things that you've been saying.
Be on the upswing, dude. It's cool,
Still
man.
not.
We've been hiding for a while, but not anymore, dude.
You know, we have people like you, and it really brings us down.
Yeah.
Oh shit. Number two.
I don't claim him.
Number 2, codependent relationship. If Bischoff had Hogan, does Khan have Danielson? When they do Who Killed AEW documentary, the Young Bucks will be one of the many downfalls, though.
I don't know what the first thing means,
No,
but
no.
I agree with the latter.
Yeah.
It's not true. They literally created it and built a company from nothing, but that's fine. Number 3, I hate Tony Khan. He's such a mark. Every moment is his favorite moment. Such a bozo. I respect TK a lot for what he did in the scrum.
What the hell?
I don't know.
This is all from one comment.
I
All these
think.
comments are just way off.
Yeah.
I was hyped in the first half.
What did he do in the scrum, Donnie?
He was out of the way when fucking Saraya fucking owned shit.
He
Just because you say
said-
fuck a lot doesn't
he
matter.
said they have 27 writers, and he said this like a couple years after he literally told Fightful, we don't have 27 writers writing things to try to make AEW look like it was cool. And now he says he has 27 writers.
Yeah, I think it was a joke. I think it was a throwback.
It was
joke.
not a joke.
You're so fucking jealous.
Does Tony Khan joke?
Yeah, dude, look at you see
No,
his hair.
he's one of the least funny people I've ever seen.
4?
He's such a bozo.
That's what I heard.
Can't wait to see Ricochet on Wednesday this week. Disappointed, no Shano.
Do you think
Oh,
this
this
was
is from
because
Donnie.
Do you think it's because of my article?
Yeah,
I think
that's
this
why,
is your
exactly
comment.
why I did.
I started that.
Maybe.
At one point I saw.
You started that?
I started that trend. Yes, that morning.
You
it was.
started the
It was. Well,
Not
I'm not
the
going
photo that went along and everyone talking about it for fucking a month.
No,
You started
we
the
made the decision to let my article go live Sunday morning early, and it
Uh-huh.
blew up. And it blew up.
Really?
Blew up.
It blew up. It did. Check the numbers.
I mean, I can check the numbers.
And that's what I'm saying. Check the numbers. I'd love to
I
know.
legit don't fucking care.
5, please. Check the numbers into this.
Joe should return to choke out Brian on the show with the kids and Bree helplessly watching. Scream, Bree, Birdie, another one.
And the other one.
Wow. I think guys,
Honestly-
let's just do that.
Honestly, I love this idea.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. So Samoa Joe, well, like I said, Daniel Bryan, of all people, is definitely going to let his family involved in it because he fucking is a maniac. But from the bottom of my heart, Samoa Joe's really good at this shit. He did the AJ. So I see what he's going for, and guess what? I'm here for it too.
And then Bree does one of her kamikaze dives out of the ring.
Oh my god. Bremo!
She almost killed herself and others 10 times.
Bremo, dude. I need Bremo back like my fucking life.
Bring the
depends
song
on it.
back. Buy the song from WWE.
They will too. They love. You can say all you want about AEW. Those motherfuckers will spend money on music. They're like, you want fucking Final Countdown? Fuck it. You got it. You got it, buddy. Before the drones come, international crowds greater than AEW US crowds greater than WWE US crowds. Don't miss me, bitch.
Don't you shit on international crowds?
Oh, I think. Listen, because they're coming there one time, that fucking crowd is going to lose their mind. People are going to come all over for the chance to be the first to see it, right? And like I said, 80,000 the first time, 50,000 the second time. Then the novelty starts to wear off, especially because these cockney fucks could barely have work over there. They're so jammed in there like dirty sardines. But yeah, international crowds for the most part, they're great the first time, and then there's no real sustenance after that. Maybe it's because they all live in squalor because they're not in the United States. So,
Huh. Only took one break. Thanks, Jericho.
This is from Mike's burner. What a piece of shit.
No, I actually sat down and watched that fucking match.
Number 8.
So coming into the fall season, we have when will Christian cash in the next saga in the Hangman Swerve story, Britt redemption storyline at 9, 100%. Who dethrones the Elite? Will Darby win the title? Ospreay, Ricochet, eventual face-off, FTR and GYV feud.
Who's
Hayter
a young
returns
veteran,
to
you idiot?
It says GYV. Who takes the title off Monet? How are you not excited? RW don't tell stories, they say.
They don't. Yeah, exactly. Exactly, sir.
So
Thank
many of these
you.
are not stories, though.
Yeah, they're all stories, dude. He just said
What the
them
fuck
to
is
you.
Britt Redemption storyline at 9, 100% mean?
At 9, 100%, dude. 9 p.m.
That's what I think. It's like, this is like a local news.
Mm-hmm. Coming up at 9. 100%. Number 9. 5 months ago, this guy was jobbing to Eddie Kingston and Lordy ass. Now he's a champ. Shake my head. 4 champs, 8 months. Shame on you, AEW. The internet. Can I tell you something? I've genuinely, right off the internet, I don't go back. I don't go anything on there except I'm social media, not the internet. I use the internet all the time. Social media, I'm completely off, dude. And I will say this: this is all the internet I need. Is just the dummies from this far away. I don't need any more. I don't need to see it live and in person. It's wonderful. Number 10.
Daniel Bryan said, "Fuck them kids." Birdie just wanted a dad.
Birdie just wanted a dad.
Oh, we didn't mention it, but fucking Dave Meltzer asking Birdie a question in the presser. Did you see that, Donnie?
No, I didn't.
Okay. So he goes, because Birdie was like on Daniel Bryan's lab. He's like, Birdie, he sounds so fucking creepy. Like, this man should not be around children. He's like, Birdie, how would you like to go on a trip to Australia or Tokyo? And she was like cowering away from him and like whispering.
What did Bryan say?
Dad.
Sir, stop talking to my kid, please.
Well, he said something like, does anybody have a question for Birdie? And then like Dave, who shits on people who don't ask hard-hitting questions in the media scrum, he fucking spoke up and he had to ask this question to Birdie. And Birdie was like cowering and she had like whispered Daniel Bryan.
This sucks.
This
sucks.
fucking creepy old man.
I know he's not. He's not a creepy old man. He's just trying to communicate with you.
You don't think Meltz is creepy?
No, I don't. I think his buys and tries are fucking sexy.
Oh my god.
All these companies have to stop with the fucking post-event press conference.
I'm actually okay with that. That's very
They're pretty
stupid.
worthless.
Yes.
Yep.
Agreed.
Surprised people are upset. Bryant won. Give credit where it's due. AEW, bravo. That main event was great. Keep it going.
Daniel Bryant.
Daniel Bryan is a classic, dude. Brett with 2 T's and Daniel
Brent
Bryant are
Hart.
my fucking, yeah. First time watching AEW. Not bad!
I don't know why that's funny.
I fucking love it.
That's
It's
a good
all
one.
the delivery, dude, because it's just like,
Yeah.
you're waiting for this, like, first time I ever watched it. Here comes my hard-hitting opinion, right? Not bad! Like, alright, cool, great, thanks, man. Number 13?
Welp, moving in. Anyone watching wrestling bios? I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I think it was supposed to be boys.
Boys? Why do people do that? Why
Who are
is
they
boys
moving into?
B-O-I-S? Isn't that like, I don't know. It seems awful. It just seems awful. 14, please. This is from me.
Donnie, do you want to take this one?
Yeah, please. We'll switch. You got 15?
Yeah.
Cool. Bruh, Mercedes is garbage. I don't care. I do not care.
I think it was supposed to be like to the CEO chant.
Oh.
IDC. I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Well, guess what? I don't care.
I will say that entrance is garbage. I'll agree with that.
Yeah, it's terrible.
I think I thought she was overrated in fucking WWE. I think this is the best she's
You
been.
loved her until she put up a fucking stinker against Britt Baker.
No, again, I just said, I think this is her best work, but I never thought she was a great fucking in-ring worker.
Wait, you think this is her best work?
I think from an all-around perspective, I think she's at her best right now. Yeah.
In no way, shape, or form.
Mm-hmm.
She was a lot better than NXT.
It's like fucking Tony Khan
Oh,
saying
shit.
Edge is having the best run of his career. I'm
Holy
lying.
shit! I put my trash cans out early, but they're on the curb itself because they're on the sidewalk, right? Because our curb is too small, so you have to put it on the
Oh my
sidewalk.
God, get on with it. Yeah,
Yo,
get on with it.
Dude on an electric scooter just almost fucking wrecked because he was flying by and clipped my can and landed in the grass. Fuck yeah, dude. Sue me, pussy.
So they debuted Ricochet, had him doing the same shit. He cis in E, did the exact same things in WWE, and bro ain't even win until AEW goes to match like W with Peacock not ordering.
Not ordering.
Not ordering.
It is pricey. It can be.
But
pricey.
he did order this one.
Yeah, he did. No, he followed it on the online. 16. Is that me?
No, it's
Me.
Mike.
Okay.
2 guys, separate teams, same gear. Arthie stupid?
Was he stupid?
Arthie? We didn't mention this, but great shout here. Do you know what this is referencing, Donnie?
In terms of, is this AEW?
Yes.
Separate team, same gear. What happened?
Pre-show match, it was like a 37-man tag team match. Cage was on one team, Sammy Guevara was on another team, and they both had Wolverine gear.
Ooh, I did not see this.
It's because you didn't watch the pre-show, which is why Jamie Hader, they returning on the pre-show is pretty stupid.
Yeah. And there were people trying to, like, blame Cage because they're like, oh, Sammy had Wolverine and Dustin had Deadpool. But then smart people are like,
Cage has
been fucking Wolverine for 10 years or whatever. And he did a video on that calling Sammy Guevara the Wish Wolverine.
I think Sammy Guevara has come off so unlikable.
He's
every
such
fucking
ass,
way.
man. I can't.
He's really fun in the ring, but he is turning off to be like not a great person overall. I think.
Huh? Who could have thought that?
Still,
talking about
hey,
raping.
listen. Triple H is yeah. I mean, he said rape. It's a bad thing. He shouldn't have said it, but I mean, it doesn't.
Well, no, he
excuse-
didn't just say rape. He said, "I want to rape a woman," multiple times.
We used to say a lot of things back in the
No,
day. that you're
never
not
said
allowed
that.
To say, you know what I mean?
Nope,
Yeah,
never
of course
said that.
not, because you're not a total piece of shit, right? But I'm just
Oh, that
saying.
was nice, dude.
It's the nicest thing he ever said.
Yeah, well, there's your one compliment. There you go.
So we can agree. Sammy Guevara, total piece of shit.
No, but he's good in the ring, and I'm good with that.
Well,
Shawn
not
Michaels
worth
was a total piece of shit for years, dude.
he didn't say anything like that.
No, he just did it probably. But
Dude.
No,
Can't say
it was
that.
consensual.
yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, but I'm sure other times it probably wasn't. Come on.
Well, you can't be saying things like
Well,
that
I don't
because
know.
you don't know.
Allegedly.
What is your problem?
Who's alleging it? You?
Yeah. Well, no.
Okay.
Stories I've heard online.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Now you're online.
Yeah, on the message
That
boards.
wasn't good enough for AEW
always.
to get nailed, though.
17. Please.
Mariah May revived Nigel's career with one kiss. That shit would turn me into a horny Tokyo Dome Kenny and Perk Angle combined.
I saw this.
That's very funny. Oh fuck! Daniel's dad died. Christian won. 19.
Paige said fuck.
Yeah, I know. I was
She sure
excited.
did.
About it. I was excited about it.
They spelled Paige like Hangman Page.
They
by the way.
sure did.
Mhm.
They sure did. Who lost is going to go absolutely nuts when he gets back.
Oh, I didn't like that part of the show.
Yeah.
I
I understand you're gonna be doing Hangman versus Swerve at All Out probably, but kind of detracted from the match a little bit.
It is what it is. 20.
If I would have slapped my mama like that, that shit would turn into a triple threat belt on a pole match.
Triple treat.
Triple treat.
Triple treat.
Go.
Triple treat down a pole match.
Go pole match.
Yep, that's exactly what I thought. When I get my ass, we might call it a triple treat bell on a pole match, dude.
That's what he's gonna say.
It's fucking so stupid. Chris Jeter, terrible email. Thank you so much for your time. Your ass.
Oh, I thought it was really good.
Guys, can we get the fuck out of here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.